Leche. 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 Get 'em, Jimmy, where Loshak at? The bottle's getting empty up the crack and we stacking chips. All of it's what I want. Plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone. I prefer elevated pub sports radio. Time to get educated, get produced. Leave the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call it truth. They getting slaughtered. Can't forget Jeff and low baggers in the chat. That's a lethal weapon 'cause we be pubbing.
Yo, what's up, everyone? This is the Loshak in the Bag show right here at Pub Sports Radio. Jimmy the Bag, we had a week off, a much-deserved, a much-needed week off. I'm not too active on Twitter, you know what I'm saying, but I saw you did some crazy shit on Twitter. I'll ask you about it in a second. We got MLB coming up today, a few nice spots. Corbin Day, a few other people day, Luke Weaver Day, a few nice days today. Tarek Skubal Day, so it's a bunch of days today. I think there's a few nice spots on today's card. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a good time. And, of course, we'll get lots of very valuable advice and picks as we do every show. From the comments section, a bunch of fucking experts in there. Jimmy the Bag, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, but we can't start this show without discussing the last time we were together, Pete, Tuesday, July 4th.
Oh, we can start it without discussing that. We can. If you want to, we can. We can. Go ahead.
You were magical that day.
Oh, really? Oh, I barely remember.
You went 8-1 in MLB.
Oh, nice.
Plus 6.91 units, and you hit Joey Chestnut under 72.5 hot dogs.
Yeah, that one. And what was his final score? It was like 62 or something?
Yeah, 62.
Something ridiculous.
You did it by 10.
Yeah.
That was very impressive. And now your full season MLB record is back to being extremely impressive on this show.
Dude, I don't know what the hell. It's like, not only did I suck in June, but I called it. I said I always fucking suck in the second half of the first half of the season. Even though I'm aware of it, I just don't know how to fix it. The good part is, though, that the second half MLB is usually great for me or fine or whatever. So I think it's going to be all okay. But yeah, June was pretty fucking embarrassing, and I just didn't know what to do. I don't know how to get around it. You know what I'm saying, Jim? How was your June?
I ended Thursday and Friday in horrific fashion. I needed this week off so badly. It was atrocious. My Friday was my worst day of the year. It just was a long flight to Los Angeles. But in LA, I got to go to the Nut Flush Manor.
Oh, my God.
Hang out in his pool with his family, his beautiful wife, Kristen. His children, Bailey, who is about to go into med school.
No shit.
School.
Wow.
Caden, who's taking his golf game to the next level, and we're hoping for scholarships there. And then Skylar, who is 14 years old, but an adult. She's so smart. She has such enormous potential. So excited to watch her. She's going to do incredible things. So got to hang out there, and then maybe if Kristen and Mike adopted me in 5 years, I'd be thriving too. Maybe can you adopt a 50-year-old? maybe 8 years. But yeah, I think
might take 8 years. You're right. Might take a little longer.
Then I got to go over to DJ Big Boss's abode. I got to hang out there with his beautiful wife Jasmine, and we were locked in with great cappers. First Nut Flush came through, then Guillermo and Emilio. We had Jimmy Gomez rolling through. Paco Healy came by. Noli Knows was in the house. It was perfect. It was like perfect. Hanging around these guys, you're like, oh man. The Henny was flowing, the blunts. Also, DJ Big Boss put out a feast for us. The tunes in the sunshine, Long Beach, California. And I'm looking around at our squad, and I'm like, God, this is just the greatest group of guys. Together. Like every second of it was just
DJ Big Boss can cook too. I didn't even know about that.
Ooh, it's nice. That guy not messing around.
We know he could eat. but he could cook too. He's like fucking Shohei Ohtani over there on the West Coast. Right? Holy shit! Shout out to DJ Big Boss.
I wish I had more time with them. That was my regret. I just, with the young family, it's tough to get away. They're all doing it up real big for the Breeders' Cup. I believe it's November 3rd and 4th. It's the first Friday and Saturday of November for sure. And they're doing it huge at Santa Anita, the great race place. We got some bad news a couple days ago. Golden Gate Fields shutting down. December 13th will be the last day of races in Golden Gate Fields. I never got to be there. There will be no... I mean, look what's happened to Oakland. I mean, Oakland, you had hockey, basketball, you had baseball, horse racing. That's all gone. That will all be gone, and it's too bad. It's too bad. So,
wow.
Golden Gate.
You know what this reminds me? Go ahead, Jim.
Oh, just Santa Anita will have bigger fields and stuff, but it's still going to hurt. No Golden Gate. But November 3rd and 4th, Santa Anita Racetrack. It's the only racetrack that will support the everyman going to their biggest events. You try to get to Breeders' Cup at Churchill Downs or at Keeneland, get ready for tickets at minimum $250, $300. But at Santa Anita, $25 to get into the infield. Razor Sharp Picks is going to be there. Kev Reed is going to be there. Guillermo Emilio. I heard the Ski Prophet going to be rolling through. You'll have DJ Big Boss in the house. You're going to have Noli Nose Sharpie going to be there. It's just going to be absolute magic. I'm going to try to pull it off as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. We're in discussions about it. But
what dates are these?
This is the first Friday and Saturday of November in Arcadia, California at Santa Anita Racetrack for the Breeders' Cup Championships.
Wow.
Yeah, going to be nice.
That sounds like it's fun as hell.
I need to, this first half, especially after last year's success in MLB, this first half was just like a punch in the face. And then falling apart because I got down to single units, negative single units on Tuesday of the final week of the year. And then now I'm sitting here looking at this debacle of a record. It's upsetting. But we started new here for me, mentally at least, second half of the MLB season. I'm so excited to be back in business with all these great cappers. We've got a lot of work to do, Pete, but it's great to see you too, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, it's great to see you. Wow. This warms my heart, this whole story, because I'm not really on Twitter that much, but I didn't realize all that. You got picks and everything, right?
For today?
No. I mean, pics of the great times you had, Jimmy.
I don't take pictures. I don't take pictures.
Someone did, right?
Somebody took pictures, but I don't.
Okay,
I don't
great.
Pictures. I don't take pictures. I don't fuck around.
Yeah, I don't do that shit either, really.
But yeah, it was just we have the greatest guys. Our group is the greatest group. Like, there's just no getting around it. Like, it's just as soon as we were in just sitting in Big Boss's backyard, and man, what a guy DJ Big Boss is. What a guy.
Hell yeah.
You know that now he's got the kids out of the house. Just one kid left. So he's taking in 2 foster kids.
Wow.
Taking in 2 foster kids. 11-year-old and a 7-year-old. He's taking in. Like, he's just, he's just, and then looking at all these guys in the circle, they all just lead by example. They're just the greatest of guys. So I'm very thankful to be in the squad. And then I look at all look at the first names here in the chat. Justin McElvey, Ron Crawford, Nuke Worker, Fat Win, TJ, Fly White Mike, Slatsy, Sean Higgs, Joe Walsh. I mean, it's just...
Oh, Sean Higgs is in there. Shout out Sean Higgs. Go ahead.
It's just, this is a great group. I'm just very thankful to be a part of it. It means an absolute ton to me.
I don't lead by example. I lead by jokes, though, which is a nice consolation. Second best a little bit. Wow. Yeah, really some impressive fucking people, man.
Yeah, man.
Especially Noli.
Oh, Noli, yeah. And so Noli, I mean, both Noli and Jimmy Gomez, they come right from coaching their kids. Noli has 2 baseball games.
Oh, shit.
There's the squad right there, man.
Wow. Holy crap. What a great pick that is, man.
Oh, man. She's seen the blunt smoke and that. Jesus. Yeah, it was great. It's just great. Great stuff. We got a lot of work to do here. I need my second half to change things badly. So let's start rocking here. Well, Justin McElvey, Stacks play today is Bryce Harper over 1.5 bases. Let's copy and paste that. And Ron Crawford, I didn't have your stats in, Ron, because I didn't know what had happened on Friday. But the Dodgers MLB spreadsheet play today. was a winner. What was the juice on that? Maybe Jose can get that for me because I don't have that. But Harper over 1.5 bases, and that's our first game off the hop. I have made 3 bets. I made 3 bets on the airplane yesterday, almost 4, but only 3. Ron Crawford spreadsheet play of the day is in, and it is Texas -1 plus 111. The Ron Crawford
Texas,
spreadsheet play of
yeah.
the day is the Texas Rangers, and you guys know that I'm cheering for Texas very, very much because my Baltimore Orioles to win the division, which I didn't get at the best time. You know, I could have got it at a much better time. I could have got plus 1,100, but ooh-wee. I mean, if the Orioles win the AL East and the Guardians win the AL Central, gonna help the bankroll a lot for NFL. There's Nuke Worker in the house. Fap win, says Australian racing today. Warwick Farm race 7, powerful peg, and look at that, $6 odds. So that's 5-1 here. Powerful peg. Let me copy and paste that.
And here we go. Diehard MMA podcast. Shout out to him. I tailed a bunch of his picks in the last UFC, and in particular, Jimmy the Bag. You know, I'm not following UFC that closely, but a few guys that I really, kind of follow and listen to, like this guy Yanal Ashmuz as a dog. So maybe we should tail that too. Diehard MMA podcast just posted it here. He's posting plus 105. That might be a play we should tail, Jim.
I will copy and paste that and look very closely at it. The gift is here from TJ. The gift, that record is unbelievable. I don't have that on my worksheet. It was we got in very late last night, and then you lose 3 hours, and a bit of a mess here. Cleveland money line minus 102 is the gift. Logan Allen going up against Mitch Keller. Wow.
Wait,
I'm very
Cleveland money line is the gift.
Yeah, very interesting.
You sure you didn't mean Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very interested. Now, Nuclear says, who's fading Manoah tonight? Not sure what to expect. I came very close to betting the Padres first 3 and first 5, but I did stop myself. The amount of money that was on Toronto, I just was like, you know what? Just talk it out with everybody. Fly White Mike, he's loving the Padres day. And there's Slatsy. Slatsy already bet Padres first 5 minus half plus 105. Says, love the Musgrove Manoah matchup. Also on Manoah over 4.5 hits and over 2.5 earned runs. And Slatsy, I will be having beverages with after the Orioles-Jays game on August 3rd. I get to hang out with our guy Slatsy. Finally have beers. Finally see him face-to-face. You know, all these cappers you spend so much time with, they become your best friends. But a lot of them, you don't get the chance to see them face-to-face, and that's what's so special about our group. That's what's so special about Pubapalooza, and I can't wait to hang out with my guy Slatsy on August 3rd. Already got it locked down with the family. I'm free to party with Slatsy and his wife. I can't wait. Sean Higgs, Joe Walsh, Nut Flush Allen. There he is, right there. Says everything that you have built, Pete, continue to build is truly amazing. I agree with that. Serious business, real deal, prime in the house. Diehard MMA podcast says I'm dying here for NFL and NHL. It's coming very, very soon. And we talked a lot about, NHL futures and NFL futures. And there was 2 bets that jumped out to me here. They're both over 10-1. I believe one's 12-1, one's 10-1 that we talked about in our group. 2 future bets we talked about in our group. One is Trevor Lawrence to win MVP. 12-1 at some books. You can get more. He's not in the top 5 there. The second one was Seattle Kraken to win the Pacific Division at 10-1. Those were the 2 futures that we discussed that I'm going to be spending more time with Jay Smooth. I got to hang out with Jay Smooth. So did you. We got to hang out with Jay Smooth in San Antonio. Crypto-ish Andrew G. Nasty Nate, who you got to hang out with. So have I. And what a great guy Nasty Nate is. Money in the bank. Professor Chris and Nut Flush Allen says, just FYI, I'm on a heater right now with the Giants. I watched it. He said he actually freaked out Kristen last night, almost scripting the game inning by inning. Look at that. There's oh, yeah. Say what, my man?
No, I was going to say, no, I don't know what he thinks tonight, aside from probably both starters to get hit. Actually, I think he might be leaning Cincinnati. We'll see. We'll see what he has to say.
We will talk all about that game. It'll be a fun one because they do have to finish off the suspended game, which we won't spend too much time with. There is Avon Polo in the house who we need to hang out with. AOD ready to get to work. And there's Paco Healy. I got to hang out with our guy Paco. One of one Benny, Christopher Comentini. What a group. Slatsy, Billy Friedrich says adult adoption is a thing, Pete.
Oh, very nice. I mean, I know adult babies are a thing, but that's not what I want to get adopted.
No, you don't need a diaper. Right? No,
what do you think about, just very quickly, 2 seconds, Jimmy the Bag, Argos on the 21st, -7.5. I like it.
I need more. Also, I got there was one game where I was I was just with the kids. My wife had gone out. My dad and his wife had gone out. Everyone had gone out, and I was just taking care of the kids. And that was the Alouettes Argos game. And I really liked the Alouettes +6. And the market was moving so quickly towards Toronto. And I liked the Alouettes. And I also liked the Argos under 27.5, team 12 points. And Alouettes are up 10-7 at the half. And I lose both. And it hurt. It hurt so bad. And then since that sweeping the board in week 3, I've been getting beaten badly in CFL. So I need to take a deep breath and kind of look at it fresh. And I mean, I'm going to hammer the rest of the season, but the last and also I didn't move on the other games that, I did like Calgary in that Rough Riders game just because Rough Riders had beaten them before. But the scoring, all 4 games go way over last week. I just need a little bit of time to readjust myself. There is Arthur Mead Jr. with a $5 dono. What a guy. Thank you, Arthur. He says, thank you, Pub Sports, for great content. Tomorrow is my 50th birthday. His 50th birthday. He says, I'm not asking for a birthday pick, only an opinion on Giants at the Reds. What a guy, Arthur.
Does he mean Giants Reds today or Giants Reds tomorrow?
That is a good question.
Hell yeah.
Legit question. Londo as a 3-legger, LA, Boston, Detroit. Rocco Rogers in business. There is Deacon Mike thanking me for not wearing the Cardinals cap. What a group. Johnny K. Professor Chris is on the Giants money line -134. Says his model has a Giants -158. So there's decent value there. Decent value. So Professor Chris I'm going to copy and paste that here. We've got to get to work. This has been a long opening, and I expected that it would be. We haven't seen each other. It was just 1 week off, but it feels like a 1 week off. And then I got a chance to hang out with some OGs, and it just felt real good. It felt real good. Justin McElwee says I can pass for light skin now with the tan. I'll take it. I'm climbing. Guillermo Zertucci, there he is. Him and Emilio were there. And Emilio just got married. And you didn't get to hang with them Pubapalooza 2, but they're going to be at Pubapalooza 3. We got guarantees that G and Emilio will be running with us.
I'm going to fucking be at Pubapalooza 3.
Oh, I know you are. That was so much fun, Pubapalooza 2. And congratulations, Emilio, to the nuptials. And then Eli Zertucci, he's not old enough to be sent overseas yet, but he's going to boot camp in Chicago. He's going to start down there. Then he's going to go down to Florida. And another Zertucci leading by example. Just a great family. All these guys have such great families. It's just, they're just quality guys. J.A. Joe Yurkovich in the house. J.T. Coactus, right? Coactus, part of the best handicapping mother and son duo in our squad. There's Coactus. Billy Friedrich, Christopher Comentini, Tom Miggins. He's also on Harper.
I see Sun Dizzle's in the comment section. Sun Dizzle, when are you coming to New York? Make a special trip and hit me up.
I've not got to Sun Dizzle yet, my guy. Sun Dizzle. There's Razor Sharp Picks in the house. Says, I hear we have to get you the Breeders' Cup. Yeah, it's being discussed. It's being discussed.
One of one Benny says fading Musgrove today. All right, well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and we got to talk about it soon. So thank you guys. Yeah. I wish we could give you guys all a shout out. YSL Gouda says one love to Big Boss. There's Cuban Wayne Gretzky, Chase White, DC Capper, Mark Sports Betting. Wow, look at that. Joe Yurkovich, 9-0 since the break. I love hearing that. What a great group. Wine Time Sports, Sean Pulliam. Londo says, do you think the White Sox can win the division? No, I don't. I hope they can come close to give me a little bit of hope.
Flush Allen says, I sent you the link for adoption, and also if you want to come to Breeders, you can stay at our house. Okay. Flush Allen, getting shit done.
Look at this. So I also, our friend Alex Pavone, who's been on our NFL shows, great comic, touring around America as we speak.
I saw a picture of Nutflesh Allen when he was like a kid, when he was just getting married or going to prom or something.
Yeah.
He was like a fucking legit like 8.5, 9 when he was like 20 years old. I couldn't believe it, Jim.
Like an 8.8,
like an 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I'm telling you.
I'm sure he's very pleased that you that you rate 18-year-old men. Razor Sharp Picks is on the Blue Jays at plus 2,200. $500 on Blue Jays plus 2,200, $500 on the Astros at plus 1,000. Pavone also sent me saying it's time to move on the Blue Jays. I came very close. There's just so many question marks around the pitching still for me. Gaussman going down, Hyunjin Ryu coming back. What's Manoah going to do today? Also, if you watch this team, the base running errors they make are infuriating. I think that I should join. There's North Ender in that. I think I should join with you, Razor, but I love seeing that. There's Big Show Picks, Ricky, Bobby. What a great group. It's time to get to work, though. It is time to get to work. TJ says, I immediately wanted to back Milwaukee here, but some very concerning numbers for Teheran and Nola. So good at home. 5 lefties. I couldn't believe that the market wasn't moving towards Philadelphia. It feels like the honeymoon is over for Julio Teheran, which isn't a surprise here. I'm behind. There's Sun Dizzle in the house as the wallpaper brings out your eyes.
I know, that's what I thought. I was like, let's hang out. Maybe I could have a good time for once.
Sun Dizzle, I was in LA, man. I was in LA for 10 days. So people trying to reach me, I apologize. I had my phone off and I'm airplane mode, and I was using my pops' phone. So I apologize if I wasn't replying. Apologize if I wasn't replying to people. Raymond Reichart says, seeing public heavy on Brewers and the over. This nasty Nate stuff. I miss so much. There's Nate Dogg 420. Look at that. What a guy he is. A lot of us have been, sending the most positive of energies to our friend Nate Dogg 420, and he's in a really tough spot right now. And he's now, he lost the mother of his child about 2 weeks ago, and he is now a single father for a 2-year-old daughter. Beautiful 2-year-old. Oh man, she's just such a cutie pie, and how you are handling everything, Nate Dogg, is so inspiring. You're manning up, and it's just your quality, just like we've been talking about everybody, and just know that we are we got your back, man. And I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna come over in the next few days. We got a package of stuff because Ella's now 6, so I know that I can come over. So I'm gonna come over with a package and hang with you at the spot, man. And just sending love your way, Nate Dogg. Huge love, and everybody, if they can. He's such a quality guy, and what he's got ahead of him is not going to be easy, but he can handle it. If anybody can handle it, our guy Nate Dogg 420 can handle it. Chase White says, Thursday is my 40th birthday. He needs a birthday pick.
Got it. Already copied and pasted. I'm not going to jump the gun and automatically say Detroit first 3, but that might be it. Or Detroit first team to score. Let's get into some capping, Jim.
Let's do it. Let's get to work. So we get rolling here. 6:40 p.m. Eastern. We've already heard from Justin McElvey and Tone Higgins all over Bryce Harper props. Milwaukee Brewers 52-42, 26-21 on the road at Philadelphia Phillies 51-42, 25-17 at home. We're at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Julio Teheran against Aaron Nola. I wanted to back Aaron Nola badly. I want to back him and the Phillies badly. But these numbers just made me need to discuss it. That's all. I guess just made me need to discuss it. First off, let's see if we can get a refresh here. Let me go to all markets. We have 76%. Oh, no, sorry. 87% of the tickets and 99% of the cash on the Milwaukee Brewers. And that's just nuts to me. Oh, it's dropped to 97%. 6,547 tickets in. How are huge bets coming in on the Milwaukee Brewers? From a total perspective, we have 94% of the tickets on the under. We don't have any cash information, but that throws me for a loop. I got to bring up a couple sites here for weather and also Ballpark Pal. I got to bring up the actual odds movement, but that much money is on the Brewers. And I'll bring up that information in a second after our guy Loshak takes it away. But Teheran coming off two rough starts. And if you look at where he's been so spectacular, it's always been at home. On the road, he's thrown 18 innings, 47 innings. He's back in the majors, 18 on the road, 17 hits, 9 earned runs. He's allowed 6 home runs in 18 innings, 7 strikeouts in 18 innings. I mean, I just don't understand how he can be trusted. Aaron Nola coming off a 7-3 loss at the Marlins. He didn't pitch very well. He allowed 3 home runs, 4 earned runs, 6 innings, but he's had 3 straight road starts. And we already heard TJ talking about what he does at home. 45 innings, 3-2, 3.40 ERA, 49 Ks, 13 walks, 200 opponents batting average. The Brewers aren't hitting righties. All my stats are still from June 1st. And I'm comfortable with sample size. I know people want to go the last 2 weeks. That's how they want to do things. I'd prefer to have a little bit more of a sample size. Brewers hitting 228, 674 OPS. Phillies 262, 753 OPS. And both bullpens have been quite good, especially the Phillies bullpen with 3.39 ERA. Brewers 3.65. Take it away, Pete. I'll bring up the weather and Ballpark Pal and the line movement, but tell us your thoughts here on Brewers Phillies.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting to the point in the season where I tend to try to not overthink things and trust my my takes more than I do earlier in the season. But someone in the comment section mentioned it. There might be some like injection or something that he's getting that contributed to his excellent resurgence earlier in the year that has since worn off. But if that's not the case, then his peripherals, still look good. He added a cutter that he's throwing very well, and that's part of he throws it about 25% of the time. That's part of why he's done so well. He's getting a lot of grounders, and overall, things look okay for him in terms of his season-wide peripherals. So unless there's some sort of funny business going on behind the scenes, which is entirely possible. But unless that's the case, I expect him to be okay going forward, and the line is just a little bit too high for me based on my numbers. I want to pull the trigger on Milwaukee here. I agree that Tehran is a little bit of a mystery here, but I want to pull the trigger on it.
Philly opened up at minus 195. They got up to minus 204 at 8 a.m. It's back at minus 190. So we have a 5-cent move to the Milwaukee Brewers at Pinnacle. From a total standpoint, at Pinnacle, we have this opening up at 9, is now at 9.5. So we have a half-run move to the over. We don't have any information on the actual cash right now at the Action Network, so I can't. All we know is that there's tickets on the under. And here, when we get to Ballpark Pal, Citizens Bank Park has plus 27% home runs, plus 9% runs, plus 8% doubles and triples. So I guess if there's a lot of volatility, Justin Villegas saying that Brewers win. Joe Yerger was saying these teams and pitchers are closer than the price indicates. There's value on the Brewers, but it's a situational spot. He says he do thinks Phillies wins. The North Ender says, I think we can see runs here. He's leaning over. And TJ says books are welcoming Milwaukee action. 99% of cash and 5-cent. It's going to be enough to take me off the Phillies, though. And I don't really know what Teheran is going to do. So, and TJ saying amateurs don't bet minus 195 favorites in MLB. All of that is legit. Rocco Rogers is on Harper over 1.5 bases and a home run. Schwarber over 1.5 bases and a home run. And I'm just off, man. I'm off. What are your thoughts, Pete?
All right, you can put it on there. I'll take Milwaukee at plus 177. It might be a sucker bet. I'm going to have a lot. If it loses, it's a big dog line. It's just one unit of loss. I don't love it. I feel very nervous about it for all the reasons that everyone has discussed. But I'll make it official. Heritage line right now, plus 177. Milwaukee Brewers money line.
All right, Joe Yergovich. Yeah. I did think about that. Teheran having all this time off. Equanimus on Nola under 7.5 Ks. And Wine Time Sports going to use Philly as a parlay piece. Let's move on. Next up for 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Yes, the Young Grand Slam hurt me. It was a chance with the Orioles to be tied atop the AL East. And I took a long look at the Jays. I kind of wouldn't mind having the Jays as well, but I just don't want to spread myself out too thin. And I just think this Orioles team, is just going to keep rolling. I see them deep. And I don't know what Michael Grove is going to give you. I do not know what Michael Grove is going to give you. Michael Grove going up against Tyler Wells. So I moved on the airplane yesterday. I moved on the Orioles first 3 and first 5. And it was before the Dodgers-Orioles game yesterday had even started. It was before first pitch. I got minus 120 and minus 125, respectively. I'd like to see what Bet365 is hanging it right now. I think that would be the best indication, as I know exactly what I bet it at. So let's just see what they are hanging it at. So they've got first 5 and minus 125. Okay, I like that. I would prefer a bigger move if you're going to bet that much earlier. And first 3, what did they have? First 3 at minus 125 too. So really no movement. I didn't really beat anything there. TJ says, O's going to add at least one starter, making a big push in is the rumblings I'm hearing from a couple people I trust in the organization. I hope that's the case. Their ballpark is filling up, and it's really fun to see. And I want to fade Michael Grove. I imagine the break was probably good for him. It was something he probably needed. 1-2, 6.89 ERA, 1.55 WHIP, 9 home runs allowed in 47 innings. His last start, 10-5 win at home versus the Angels. It wasn't because of him. 4 earned runs over 6 innings. I mean, it wasn't a bad start. On the road, he's been simply atrocious. He's only thrown 15 in the third innings, and there's a couple other pitchers, Zach Davies being one of them, with a very small sample size on the splits in today's action. But 15 and a third on the road. He's allowed 32 hits in those 15 and third, 19 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, 6 walks. He's only allowed 1 jack, but a 427 opponent's batting average. Tyler Wells is so consistent. Start after start after start. He's going to give you a quality start, and I believe in him very much. And I like it even more now that they're coming off of their winning streak being sullied. 7-4, 3.18 ERA, 0.93 WHIP on the season. His last start at the Twins was great. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks, 2 walks. At home, he's been excellent. 56 innings, 2.57 ERA, 59 strikeouts, 8 homers, and 8 walks. 190 opponent's batting average. Orioles are hitting harder than the Dodgers versus righties since June 1st. The Orioles bullpen's not been very good, which is a bit of a surprise. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one and then hand it over to Pistol Pete. So first off, totals-wise, this opened up at under 9.5 minus 106. It's at under 9.5 minus 105. So no movement at all there. Let's take a look at the money line then. And I really, really want to see movement, and we're not seeing it. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me think that Grove is capable of pitching well here. There had been movement. There had been a couple. So at 9:44 p.m. last night, this got up to minus 127 at Pinnacle. 14 cents of movement. That made me feel very good. Right now, it's just minus 115. So only 2 cents of movement to the Baltimore Orioles. Let's take a look at what the cash flow is telling us. So right now we have 57% of the tickets and 77% of the cash on the Orioles. It's a great place to be. Just wish the market was moving a little bit more towards them. But, that's okay. From a total side of things, 35% of tickets and 45% of cash on the under. And when we take a look at Ballpark Pal for the situation here at Oriole Park, minus 6% home runs, plus 6% runs. Take it away for us here, Pistol Pete. I'm on the Orioles first 3 and first 5. 2 of the 3 bets I've made pre-flop before the show started.
I might double up or triple up, but one I will definitely take. No-brainer play. Orioles first 5, minus 125. I'm seeing that at Heritage. Orioles first 5, minus 125. That'll be an official play. No-brainer. And then, 122 at Pinnacle. Minus 122. Baltimore Orioles first 5, minus 122. Current line at Pinnacle. Also leaning Orioles first 5 team total over, Orioles full game team total over, and Orioles on the full game as well. And I wouldn't mind first 3 either also, obviously. I'm not going to overthink it. Could lose. Yes, Grove could throw a strong start. But again, at this point in the season, I just start to trust myself a little bit more, try to not overthink things a little bit more, and I'm going to take at least one play here. Probably should try to double up in some fashion, Jim.
Yeah, Professor Chris says I was on the Orioles like I am every day. And Professor Chris has been talking about that a lot, but says the model has the Orioles minus 117, so actually he won't be on them today, but he's been betting them pretty regularly throughout the entire season and making a lot of money off of it. Billy Friedrich says Dodgers are getting really, really, really hot. They are playing good ball. Andrew G says the Orioles are basically a lock in the first wild card if they don't win the division. Yes, but that doesn't make me $2,500. Rocco says Dodgers, Orioles, Grove over 2.5 earned runs. O's team total over 3.5 minus 120. O's first 5 minus 125. Fly White Mike says I like the O's team total first 5 over 2.5. Grove gets hit always. Dennis Garcia says, are we going to discuss the Women's World Cup at some point?
The Women's World Cup, sure, absolutely. I'll look into it if that's a request. Oh, in this show today.
Yes, or as we move forward, I'll copy and paste that too, and maybe I can get I'll call in some ringers and see if I can get them on. Yeah. But of course, this is your show. Everybody in the chat, it's your show. You tell us what you want, and we will provide it. So I copied that and pasted. I'm not going to give analysis, but I will bring on somebody who can. Tom Miggins on bets over 1.5 hits at plus 205. Robert Franklin on Orioles first 5 says O's bounce back. BJ's on the Orioles money line. Rodney Barton says very confident betting this O's team. And TJ bet the under here when it was plus 100. Still a good bet at minus 110. Baltimore saved their best arms and nobody was stressed over 15 pitches on the Dodgers. And Sharpie in the house. Sharpie says Grove is a fucking mystery. Says had some great games mixed in these shitholes. Can't stand the guy myself, but the Dodgers have high thoughts of him. DC Capper on the under 9.5. I wonder if this under is a spot here. I wonder. There's Carlos Garcia in the house. What do you think of this total here?
Yeah, I mean, the big question is Grove. Is how much of a going forward, what do we expect from? Probably he's going to be, better. At what point will that happen? Not sure. Is this a good spot for him? According to my analysis, no. But yeah,
that's a pretty high.
But yeah, I mean, Sharpie pretty much said it.
And then here with these bullpens, the O's not using their best arms. Would you prefer a full game under 9.5 over a first 5 under 5.5?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And there's Tone Miggins like in the first 5 under. Wow. Okay.
I like that here. I don't want to double up, but I think the full game is the better spot. Okay. I'm going to quite possibly add this under 9.5. I mean, if you think about it, if I've got the Orioles first 3 and first 5, the only way that loses is if Grove shoves. And if he shoves, then the under 5.5 is going to cash first 5.
Right.
It's almost like a hedge of sorts.
Yes, a partial hedge. I used to do a lot of that, Jim.
And TJ also like in full game. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit more time, but I'm going to be moving on the under as well. Pete, you have only moved on Orioles first 5 minus 122. Is that the only thing you want to make official?
You know what? And let's add on. Hold on. Let's just add on Orioles full game money line minus 118. Current line at Pinnacle. We'll take that. No, sorry, 115. Adam, I'll double up. I'll take full game. Full game minus 115.
All right. Let's roll on. Next thing for us, 7:05 p.m. Eastern, Cleveland Guardians 46-48, 22-26 on the road. The Pittsburgh Pirates 41-53, 22-25 at home. We're at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Sitting with that plus 380 on the division. And if that cashes, I can't lose in the future market with everything that I bet. And watching them get swept by Texas hurt. But Minnesota is not a good baseball team, and I do not see them as buyers at the deadline. And the smash and grab yesterday felt very good. And as TJ says, it is gift time.
Mm-hmm.
The gift from TJ, I don't have TJ. I don't have it on my worksheet. It was very late night and early morning and whatnot. Could you drop the record of the gift? We both have it. It'd be easier if you could drop it because it's absolutely spectacular. This is the gift record over the past 2 years with us. So it's not just this season. Guardians, Pirates. The gift is Cleveland money line. We're at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's discuss the weather first and foremost. 81 Fahrenheit, 9.2 miles per hour out to left field, dies down to 7.8 miles per hour. Ballpark Pal has PNC Park, the third most offensive park in baseball today. Plus 1% homers, but plus 19% doubles and triples. Plus 10% runs. Let's go into the line history here for this one. We'll start with the money line here. And we have at Pinnacle, these Guardians opening up at minus 101. They're now minus 103. So we have 2 cents of movement towards the Cleveland Guardians. Let's go over to the total. This total opened up at 8.5 minus 105 to the under. The under is now even money. So we have 6 cents of movement to the over. So a slight move to the over and a very slight move to the Guardians. Let's take a look at the cash flow then and see what they are telling us. They're telling us that 67% of the tickets and 95% of the cash is on the Pittsburgh Pirates. There's a lot of cash on the Pirates for a very slight move towards the Guardians. From a total perspective, 73% of the tickets, 76% cash on the over. And again, very slight move towards the over. Logan Allen last start was shortened, I believe, by rain. He only went 3 2/3, no earned runs, 5 Ks, 2 walks, 14-1 win at the Royals. On the road this year, he's been better than he's been at home. 2.97 ERA over 30 1/3, 34 Ks, 13 walks. Only allowed 2 jacks here, just 2 jacks. 3.47 ERA, 1.44 WHIP on the year. TJ says Allen's best splits are against righties on the road. Likely 9 righties for Pittsburgh today. Pittsburgh versus left-handed pitching. Last 30, 70 weighted runs created. Last 8 lefties to face Pittsburgh have a 1.32 ERA and a 0.85 WHIP. Sharpie says, I expect a solid 7 from Keller and Allen to struggle like he has. He got sent down, not rain. Okay, he got sent down, not rain. I knew that he had not looked good, but I guess that would be just to have him, pitching through the All-Star break? I mean, his overall numbers are still strong. I did not realize. So he was sent down. When was that? Let me find out when that last start was, because that is interesting. So Logan Allen,
his last appearance was late June.
Oh wow, you're right. June 28th, of course. That's funny because he didn't allow an earned run against the Royals or against the A's, but he was getting lit up since then. Wow, and I don't mind that spot. Thank you for illuminating that, but I don't mind him going down and seeing, when a pitcher gets a taste of what it's like to be in the show and then has to go down to the minors and then realizing what he's got to do to stay up in the big leagues. I don't mind that. Mitch Keller coming off a great start at Arizona. 7 innings, allowed 1 hit, 4 Ks, 5 walks, 3-2 loss. He's been very good at home this year. 2.63 ERA, 194 opponent's batting average. Very, very, very interesting. Guardians bullpen is much, much better than the Pirates bullpen. Take it away first, Pete. What are your thoughts?
Well, I was, I'm concerned that you quoted something that says it's a good offensive spot, because I was leaning under and more so early unders. Allen is pretty good first time through the order, and so I was thinking maybe no run in the first and maybe a first 3 under, maybe first 5 under. Well, let's push it a little bit, but Keller should be good. I like him, and Allen a little bit of a question mark, but I'll believe it. His I'm a little bit down on Allen, but not down enough to I'd be leaning Pittsburgh first 5 as well. But the gift is Cleveland, huh?
Mm-hmm. TJ saying Keller last 9 starts, 4.31 ERA, 4.11 FIP. Gift to Cartel says Guardians are 4-8 after a win, second game of the series. Pirates aren't too far behind, but can't be trusted. First 5 under 4.5 or Nerfy. So he trusts both.
I'm seeing a 5 though on the first 5, like minus 120.
This is I'm interested that this is now the gift, and to see all this money on the Pirates and the line not moving. Yeah, I've got the 5 too at my book. Yeah. Huh.
All right, you can make the first 3 under 2.5 at minus 115 official for me, Jim. First three under 2.5. That's current line at Will Hill. Under 2.5 minus 115. We'll make that official. And I'm an inch away from making the first 5 under as well. Official as well. I'm just worried that Allen might, get touched a bit in the 4th or 5th. In which case,
well, I can tell you this.
Go ahead. Yep.
The first 3 under 2.5 at Bet 365 is minus 110.
Okay, I'll take that.
You got it.
There we go.
Wow, this is going to require some more time, but Sharpie says he likes the underlooks. Pete says first 5 scares me. He's 1 can have a blip and go 6 still. Wow. This is wild. With all this money on Pittsburgh, it's just hard to not acknowledge the fact that the Guardians might be very sharp. Right now, 95% of the cash on the Pirates. Wow. I'm sure that those big bets that have come in on the Pittsburgh Pirates are concerned right now. Okay, well, off of these discussions, the Guardians' first 3 under 2.5 is appealing, as is the Guardians' full game. And I will be probably on both, I think. But I'm going to need a little bit more time. Gifted Cartel says Pirates aren't hitting shit, though. First 5 goes over, it'll be the Guardians by themselves. DC Capper on the under here. And Joe says the public doesn't know TJ is Cleveland is the gift. He's right. I like this. I like where you guys are at, and I will be joining you. A combination of your look, Peter, and TJ's gift. Wash Redskin, looking at the Pirates team total under 4.5. I like all of this. Okay.
TJ says, I think you guys are giving Keller too much credit here. I don't know how much credit we've actually given him, but I think he's consistent and looking at his peripherals and stuff. I'm not sure that any kind of regression is something we would expect. I'm vaguely high on Keller. Sharpie gave him as a strikeout prop against the Dodgers.
Yeah, but he knows that Dodgers team inside and out. Anytime Sharpie makes any move for or against the Dodgers, tail. All right, let's roll on. Cuban Wayne Gretzky liking Santana for a home run. I spent a lot of time over the last 10 days, Cuban Wayne Gretzky, studying NHL. Every night, I was lying there. I was studying NHL. I can't wait. Okay, let's move on.
Actually, you know what, Jim?
Yes,
Let me double up. Give me the first 5 under as well. 5 minus 120. Cleveland Pitt, first 5. It's current line at Heritage. First 5 under 5 minus 120. What the hell?
All right.
I'm a believer enough in it. Go ahead. Okay.
I had the same situation with my only other bet, and that's Casey. What is Casey Detroit? Right? Is it? What the hell's wrong with me? Why am I Detroit KC? Is that why am I tripping out now? Let me just. So I had the exact same situation in Detroit KC as you. Except the first 3 under 2.5 was plus 105. And the first 5 was under 5 minus 110. I know it's now at 4.5. I beat that move badly in my estimation. But I thought the 5 was a better bet on the first 5, even though things can go wrong, like Sharpie says, with the blip. But having that push at 5 is such a luxury.
Yeah.
And I may end up on that first 5 under 5 rather than the first 3 under 2.5. I'm not sure. But I like where you guys are at here, and we'll be moving on it. All right, let's roll on. Next up for us is such a fascinating game. I think a lot of our expectations for the Blue Jays through the last, 69 games or whatever it is based on what's going to happen here with Alek Manoah. And his demons are at the Skydome. It wasn't what was happening to him on the road. It was all what was happening to him at home. At home this year, he's thrown 28 innings. He has an 8.68 ERA. He has 25 walks and 25 strikeouts. 345 opponent's batting average, 8 jacks against them. So, going into Detroit and pitching well, I had a lot of friends who were believing in Manoah, of course, because we're in Toronto, and a lot of cappers believe that the glass is half full, unless it's semen. And so Manoah pitched great in Detroit against the light hitting Tigers. Can he do that here, where all of the struggles happen? That's the most important question. Musgrove 8-2, 3.29 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 79 strikeouts and 79 and a third. Last start, 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs. I've been saying he's bet on for months, and he's made a lot of money. And there's a foulish hound in the house. What a foulish hound. Great to see you. We've missed you. Foulish hound doing such great work on the night sesh and the daily sesh, big part of the sesh here, Pop Sports Radio. On the road, Musgrove's been great. 3-1, 3.10 ERA, 279 opponents batting average. He's allowed 2 home runs over 29 road innings. What the hell is Manoah going to give you is the question. And I immediately don't believe that Manoah can turn everything around this quickly and want to fade him. Immediately, I want to fade him. But then when I looked at the amount of money bet on the Blue Jays, it just stopped me in my tracks. And so let's discuss it right now. First off, the Padres now have had a huge move towards them. This was a no move for a long time, and now a huge move. This opened up at minus 106. There was a move towards them. This got up to minus 115 at 10:44. But, at 1 a.m., this was minus 110. Now it's minus 128. So we have a 22-cent move to the San Diego Padres. Wow, a giant move towards them. That I did not expect to see that right here. Did not expect to see that at all. From a totals standpoint, this opened up at 9 at minus 109. We saw 9.5. In fact, at 8:52 a.m., a 10 hit the board. We're back at 9 though, with just 6 cents of movement to the over. This is a fascinating market for this game. 20% of the tickets and 77% of the cash is on the Toronto Blue Jays. That is absolutely wild. Now, the books are showing no concern that money's on the Blue Jays. 54% of the tickets and 82% cash is on the over, but we've seen U-shaped movement all over this one. That's wild. Wine Time says, scares me because I personally know a few sharps that are heavy on the Jays today. There's Rod Zawacki in the house. Says he will bet them Rays on the money line today. By the way, Rod Zawacki here. Sharpie says, I expect another good game from Manoah, as last game was a great building block. The move has to do with who Manoah faced last week. If he has another good game, this talk goes away. Sneaky under. Billy Friedrich says, Padres first 5, can't trust that pen. So take it away for us, Pete. Both teams with similar numbers against righties since June 1st. The question mark is West Virginia's Alek Manoah. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it, Jimmy the Bag. Manoah's last start was impressive, but I'm not sure that he's in fact, I suspect that he will be inconsistent going forward, and especially inconsistent off of good starts or against tougher lineups. And he has a problem with walks, and he didn't walk anyone in his last start. And if he starts to walk people here, things can get out of control. Hurry. And then again, if he is lights out, why would we not expect Musgrove to be to not have another excellent start? I mean, everything I'm looking at in terms of his peripherals and the matchups with Toronto, I see no reason statistically or otherwise to think that that Musgrove might not be good here, aside from like the fact that you always want to be expect the unexpected after the All-Star break in all sports, especially with starting pitchers who had an awesome first half. So that makes me nervous. But yeah, adding it all up, the line doesn't quite make sense to me, and I think I will just not double or triple up, but I'm definitely going to take San Diego first 5 money line, which is minus 135 right now at Pinnacle. I'll make that official. Or let me find a better line here. Maybe. Yeah, looks like it's minus 135 everywhere. First 5. I'll take that, Jim. San Diego first 5 minus 135.
That was my plan, to be on Padres first 3 and first 5, and now with the market moving so briskly towards Padres, I mean, clearly the book's just opening up their arms to any Blue Jays action. Wow.
I just don't trust Manoah to be consistent. I do trust him to be, good overall going forward, to have good starts and bad starts mixed in, but definitely not to be consistent.
Huh. I mean, I feel like it's too late for me to move on the Padres. It would have had to have been done earlier. Look at Wine Time got plus 105. It's now minus 135. God. Yeah, Gifted Cartel may have nailed this for me. I mean, I'll be a very curious observer, but okay, I guess I will. I guess I'll need more time. So I put some asterisks around your action on the first 5, but gonna need more time. There's Millsy in the house. Alek Manoah over 4.5 Ks. Let's get this money for.
Yeah, I mean that's possible. I just think he'll also have a few walks and maybe give up some runs and stuff. A mixed start. One of these starts where he gives up 4 runs and gets 7 or 8 strikeouts is entirely possible here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. And one more shout out to the Foul Hound rolling with us. Chicago White Sox 40-55, 19-30 on the road at the New York Mets 43-50, 21-21 at home at Citi Field in Queens, New York. Talk about a pitcher that I can't figure out is Cookie Carrasco. I don't know what to do with him. First off, 76 Fahrenheit, 8.3 miles per hour to left center. It dies down to 5.6 miles per hour. Let's go over to Ballpark Pals' thoughts on Citi Field today. We have plus 17% home runs, but minus 12% doubles and triples and minus 1% overall. So that's interesting. Let's go over to the line history here for this spot. Giolito versus Carrasco. You have Cookie and the Mets opening up minus 114. They're now minus 121. 7 cents of movement. There was really no movement towards them until this morning, and this line came out of Pinnacle at 5:57 p.m. So we have 7 cents of movement towards the New York Mets. Let's pull up the total here for this one. We have it opening up at 9. Some books have moved it to 8.5. Pinnacle had moved it to 8.5, but brought it back to 9. So it lasted 8.5 for an hour and 5 minutes. When it was at 9, it was minus 110 to the under at 11:10 a.m. Since then, and we've only been had this out for an hour, we've had 9 cents of movement to the under at 9. But overall, just 7 cents of movement to the under. So 7 cents to the Mets, 7 cents to the under. Let's take a look at the cash flow then for Mets White Sox. 43% of the tickets, 77% of cash on the New York Mets. 85% of tickets, 95% of cash on the under. There's our guy Ricky Levine in the house. Sharpie says, watching MLB Network, they were saying Cookie needs the extra day of rest. It's 4 days. His velocity's been down, but normal when he gets 5 days. TJ says, wife's making me run errands on my day off. Says, much love to all you guys. Watch the replay, smash like. What a guy TJ is. And, of course, the gift is in, and it is the tribe. The tribe. Billy Friedrich says, White Sox first 5 money line minus 110 is best look of the day. And remember, he knows this team inside and out. Billy Friedrich in baseball, it's the White Sox. In hockey, it's the Canes for Billy. So we have Giolito with 2 straight very strong home starts. And now he goes back on the road. His last start, 4-3 extra inning loss at home to the Cardinals. He won 7 innings, allowed 2 earned runs. 3.45 ERA, 1.14 whip. He's been very good this year. On the road, he has struggled. 4.71 ERA, 264 opponents batting average. He's allowed 9 jacks over 49 2/3. Cookie coming off a spectacular start at Arizona. 8 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 4 Ks, 1 walk. At home, it's been a different story. He's been lit up and smoked. 23 2/3 innings. He allowed 27 hits, 19 earned runs in those 23 2/3, 18 strikeouts, 12 walks, 7 jacks, 284 opponents batting average. There's our guy Wham Bam in the house.
Hell yeah.
White Sox first righties 228, 686 since June 1st. Mets 235, 724, and both bullpens are awash. They've been disappointing. 4.12 ERA for the Sox, 4.19 for the Mets. Gifted Cartel says White Sox are 2-7 after a win the first game of the series. The Mets are 8-5. Says, fuck picking a side over 9. Both pitchers, opponents, both pitchers trash. Okay, take it away for us here, Pistol, Pete, Loshak, White Sox, Mets.
Yeah, I definitely don't trust Carrasco, but I'd be leaning Mets here at this line. I don't know if I can pull the trigger on it, but it's definitely the lean. Mets. And as far as the total is concerned, yeah, I can understand why people would be liking the under despite the starting pitchers here. But there's a lot of games at Citi Field, in other places with the lines that they post would be like no-brainer overs, but very, very run suppressing at times, and this feels like one of those situations. So the total's a pass for me, but definitely strong lean to the Mets, despite extreme nervousness with Carrasco in this spot.
I'm going to have to stay off. I feel like the volatility is high. I don't know which pitcher, because they're both capable of stepping up, but Jake Burns likes the under. Billy Friedrich is on Benintendi. Total bases over 1.5. Says he's swinging a hot bat. And shout out to our guy Markel back in business with us. Nice to be back in action. It was good that when I left, I had knots all throughout my back. Baseball was getting me down, and then I got hurt on Friday with MLB, and I feel refreshed. I'm excited about the second half of the season. Let's roll on. Pete and I are off of this. Hopefully, Nutflush Allen is still in the chat because it is time to talk San Francisco Giants at Cincinnati Reds. There's picks from Dave in the Housing Gagnon saying, yes, Benny's catching fire lately. About time. Professor Chris says the model shows Mets money line minus 125. Says not enough discrepancy for him. All right. Professor Chris on the Giants money line minus 134. He said that his model had the Giants at minus 158. Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have Disclafani on the hill. Anthony spent 6 years in the Reds organization. His last start was July 1st. Now, from this point on, we're going to be talking about a few pitchers that are coming off the IL. He was there for right shoulder fatigue. And just like Cabrera, not a real rehab run. This is Arizona Complex League affiliate, rookie level last Thursday. Struck out 4 over 4 innings, allowed 1 run on 5 hits and no walks. He is being decent on the road. There's Vipe in the house. What up, Vipe? He's being decent on the road this year. 36 2/3, 4.17 ERA, 30 strikeouts, 4 walks, 236 opponents batting average. Has allowed 7 jacks in those 36 2/3. Going up against Dream Weaver, who just looks so vulnerable. I mean, this guy, I don't know how he can be trusted. My first thought seeing these two was, God, the over has got to be live. I was surprised to see him move towards the under on that first 5 at 6. I don't know if that's still happening, but that certainly, if it had been, excuse me, a 12-cent move to the over, I'd be on the first 5 over 6. But there was a 10-cent move to the under. We'll see if that's still going on. 82 Fahrenheit, 6 miles per hour to left center, and then it just becomes right to left after an hour. Let's see what Ballpark Pal thinks of this park. Second most offensive park and the most offensive park for home runs. Even more than Coors Field today. 36 plus 36% for jacks. Plus 8% for doubles and triples. Plus 19% overall for runs. Cover Kings looking at Reds first 5 as a lean. Let's take a look at the line history here and then the cash flow and then hand it over to Pistol Pete. First off, the Giants opening up at minus 130. That's exactly where they are right now. No movement. Let's take a look at the total here. It was, a high total, as you would imagine, when these two teams come together at Great American Ballpark. But my bookies moved it off of the 11. We see 11s everywhere else. This opened up at 10.5. So it opened up at 10.5 at Pinnacle at 7:32 p.m. and it lasted there for 2 hours and 10 minutes before it hit 11. Now it's juiced to the under, as it's been the whole time. Once it moved to 11 at 9:42 p.m., that was at even money. It has not moved off of that. But that's still a move to the over. So no move on the side and a move to the over. Let's take a look at the cash flow then for Giants Reds. 63% of the tickets and 92% of the cash on the Reds. Market not moving towards them a bit. 56% of the tickets and 70% of cash on the under, but it did have a legitimate move from 10.5 to 11. By the way, Rod's Wacky saying take the Mets. White Sox are 0-10 in their last 10 night games following a road win, says Rod's Wacky. All right.
I mean, I like the Mets a lot. I'm probably later in this show going to make that official, Jim. Well, let's go on.
Let's go on. So Weaver last start, ugly 8-5 win at the Brewers, 3 2/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 homers, 1 K, 2 walks. At home this year, he's been bad. 295 opponents batting average. He's allowed 9 home runs and 29 in the third with a 7.98 ERA. The Reds are hitting righties much harder than the Giants, but the Giants just don't stop, man. Giants bullpen 3.16 ERA, Reds 3.70, so Giants have an advantage there. But I'm surprised the Giants are only hitting 237, 703 OPS versus righty since June 1st because my vividness sees them always battling back and winning baseball games. Take it away for us here, Pete, and hopefully Nut Flush will return because we want to know what he's doing. Gifted Cartel on Reds first 5 money line and the Reds over 4.5. Take it away, Pete. Great American Ballpark. Giants, Reds.
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to overthink this. Obviously, Weaver is very vulnerable. DeSclafani is a question mark, but his peripherals aren't that much better than Weaver either. But again, he is a question mark coming in here, and we know that DeSclafani when he's good can be very, very good. So I think he's going to get hit. I'd be leaning over. I want to take a shot with like both teams to score 3 or 4. Want to take a shot with the first 3 over, the first 5 over, run in the first maybe. The big question is, or maybe just San Francisco team total over. DeSclafani's a question mark though, but it's the Reds have that lineup in this park, so I think I'm going to take 1 or 2 official plays on overs and see what the comment section has to say. But yeah, I'm not going to overthink this one for sure.
Makes sense. Let's just see what the first 5 has done now because I found it pretty surprising that they had moved to the under on the first 5. So let's just see if that has changed. Moving over to this first 5 over at Pinnacle. Oh, shoot. Sorry. No, that's the wrong one. Sorry. That's Atlanta. Moving to this first 5 over at Pinnacle. It's at minus 113 to the under. It surprised me. So this opened up minus 106 and just consistently kind of moved to it was minus 115 and 930, now minus 113. I think that'll be enough to keep me off of this. Joe says they've got to finish the suspended game. Don't forget. Yeah, you'll want that to go along. You want that to go as long as possible if you're on the over.
Okay, let's start with one no-brainer. Running first, yes, at minus 141. Current line at Pinnacle.
Loshak on the year fee at minus 141. Okay.
Minus 141. And, we'll do a little, let me see. Hold on 1 second. Where is it? I'm looking for the first half totals. Yeah. A little classic, ill-advised, Loshak, motivated by fear, the safe play. We'll take the first 5 over 5 at minus 173, current line at Pinnacle.
Oh, wow. First 5 over 5 at minus 173. All right. You are locked in with the Yerfie and the over 5, taking it down to 5. Okay, we will move on. There we go. I'm going to stay off of it, but I can understand why you are here. Billy Friedrich says he's still shocked that the Reds have won Weaver's last 8 starts in a row. Rod Zawacki also on Benintendi, so he's on over a half RBI. So we've had Billy Friedrich giving us Benintendi, and we have Rod Zawacki also with Benintendi. Different ways. Billy on the over 1.5 bases, Rod on the over a half RBI. Okay, let's roll on. Next up for us, 7:20 p.m. Eastern, Arizona Diamondbacks, 52-42, 26-18 on the road at the Atlanta Braves, 61-31, 31-17 at home. We're at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll open up with the weather here in Hotlanta, 94 Fahrenheit, 8 miles per hour right to left, slightly in. It dies down to 6.9 miles per hour. Let's move over to Ballpark Pal and see what they think of this spot in ATL, and not as offensive as you'd think. Plus 2% with home runs and plus 1% with runs. Let's move over to the line history here for this one. We have a very legit move to Arizona. Atlanta moving at minus 190, opening up minus 192. They're now minus 182. So this has just been up and down. This opened up, of course, at minus 192 at 6:03 p.m. By 1:30 in the morning, or even minus 204. By 8:30 this morning, minus 214. So by 8:30 there'd been a 22-cent move to the, and even more. Wow, I didn't even realize 828 minus 220. So we had at 8:30 we had 28 cents of movement, and then it's been all the other direction. This got down to minus 178. 42 cents of movement within 2 hours on the opposite way. We have, depending on way, but 10 cents of movement towards the Arizona Diamondbacks. 10 cents of movement to the Diamondbacks. There's our guy, Nate Dogg, 420. We love you, man. Hold your head up high. You are leading by example. Gifted Cartel says Davies is going to get his ass lit up today. Says I don't like him on the road, and he's a righty. Again, the Braves since June 1st against righties, 293 with a 904 OPS. Cover King says Braves roll today. Let's take a look at the total. So an interesting move to the Diamondbacks. I got the first 5 up. Not much movement on the first 5, sitting at 6. Let's go to the full game. And then we have Elder off the first real bad start that I've seen him have in his major league career. So here we go. The total opened up at 10. It lasted there for 3 hours and 39 minutes before it hit 10.5. So we have a 10-cent move to the Diamondbacks, and they move to the over. Take a look at the cash flow then for this one. And we have 83% of the tickets, 82% of the cash on the Braves. Interesting move to the Diamondbacks in the last 2 hours. 70% of tickets and 98% of cash on the over. It has moved a half run. Professor Chris says he's got Diamondbacks. Says model has Diamondbacks plus 163 and run line minus 134. He bet both at plus 185 and plus 100. Zach Davies coming off of a decent start at home, but he's just like Cookie Carrasco, another pitcher who's had, in a very small sample size, a terrible split in the situation that he's in today. 15 2/3 innings Zach Davies has faced on the road. He's thrown 53 2/3 this year, but only 15 2/3 on the road. 15 hits, 9 earned runs, 14 strikeouts, 7 walks. It's not been a very good 15 innings on the road. And Elder coming off that rough start, 10-4 loss at the Rays, 3 1/3, 7 earned runs, 2 homers. At home, he's throwing 58 1/3, 3.09 ERA, 248 opponents batting average. Has allowed 8 jacks at home. The Diamondbacks are hitting 255, 754 OPS versus righties, while the Braves 293, 904. That's since June 1st. And the Braves bullpen the best in the league since June 1st, 2.52 ERA. Andrew G says Davies about to get smashed. Take it away. Can't wait to hear it, Pete. What are your thoughts, D-backs, Braves?
Yeah, I agree. Bad spot for Davies. Elder's a little bit of a wild card. I think he's regressing a bit. People were expecting that a bit. And I think that is, more likely than not to happen here. I know a lot of people are expecting a bounce back from him here, and I certainly, I would say 60% his start is probably, gives up 3, maybe 4, or 40% it's a shutout or 1-run start. So I understand why people would like Arizona here as a huge dog. My lean is to Davies to get hit. So maybe the Atlanta team total over is the only official play I'll make. But I vaguely like everything connected to Davies getting hit.
Yeah, it's an interesting move. Do you think that, a 40-cent move, do you think a big bat might be out of the lineup? And why was there just this huge move in the last 2 hours? It seems
towards Arizona.
Yeah.
Probably a combination of expected regression from Elder that people have been talking about for a while, combined with maybe expected positive regression from the Arizona lineup. Not exactly sure, Jim.
Yeah, very interesting. Gifted Cartel says, check out Davies' day record. It is ugly in 28 2/3, 6.59 ERA. I don't remember that as being an issue for Davies. And look at what he did last year in the daytime. He looked good. 1-3, 3.38 ERA. I just think he's been bad everywhere this year. Day, night, home, road. Troy Torrance in the house says Diamondbacks.
Shout out Troy Torrance.
He's on the money line and the team total. Rod Zawacki's on the over first 5 and over full game. Cover King saying Arizona 23.2% K rate. Last 112 plate appearances versus right-handed pitching. Troy Torrance says line move. Says Elder, the vulnerable one. His bubble popped. Wow, this is a fascinating one. I'm going to be off of it, though. Nothing for me. Pete, anything you want to make official here?
Not quite yet, but I want to pull the trigger on something at some point on this game. I'll add it at the end of the show.
Gagnon says, got to see if Braves are slumming post All-Star break before betting them. They lost 3 of 14. Rocco says, Matt Olson over 1.5 total bases, a home run. Ozzie Albies, home run. All right, let's move on to the next spot on the board. And Billy Friedrich liking the Braves as a parlay P. 7:45 p.m. Eastern, Miami Marlins 53-43. 23-25 on the road at St. Louis Cardinals, 41-53. 20-26 at home at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's take a look at the weather first.
Hey, you know what, Jim? I'm sorry. We can make one official, okay? You ready?
Let's do it.
Both teams to score 3 or more at -190. Arizona, Atlanta. Both score 3 or more. -190. Big juice. I understand. I know.
do you know? Because we haven't played any video that would upset you.
Good. No, sorry. It's fine.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Look. You're coming off an 8-1 day in MLB.
Yeah.
You can do anything you please, and we're listening. We're all ears.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. So here we have, just like DeSclafani, another pitcher coming off the IL who has not gone through a legit rehab. Same deal. Florida Complex League affiliate, rookie level. Same deal here with Edward Cabrera. And Cabrera's been with the team now. He was with the team in the dugout throughout the Orioles series as well. 5-5, 4.70 ERA, 1.40 WHIP. Right shoulder impingement. So they're both dealing with either an impingement or fatigue in their shoulder. He's been bad on the road all year. 36 innings, 0-5, 6.50 ERA, 42 strikeouts, 25 walks, 6 home runs, 225 opponents batting average. That is Edward Cabrera. Let's take a look at the weather here. It's 80 Fahrenheit, 4.6 miles per hour right to left. Goes down to 3.5 miles per hour. Let's move over to this. Oh, yeah, of course there's no day games. I don't know why. I was just reading a comment, but yeah, you're right. Top Crocodile. Okay, and let's move on to what Ballpark Pal expectations here of St. Louis. And not very offensive as one would think. This is the second lowest expected offense. -14% home runs, -7% doubles and triples, -7% runs. All right, let's go over to the line history here for this one. And we have, where am I? Here we go. That's the total. I'd like to start with the money line. I prefer starting with money line. Let's go. We have the Cardinals opening up at -147. That wasn't until 8:41 this morning. Cabrera wasn't officially announced till this morning. Now -143. So we have 4 cents of movement towards the Marlins. From a total side of things, this opened up at 8.5 at 8:41. So it opened up at 8.5, -111 to the under. The first move was actually towards the over, but at 9:23, it's now at 8. So we have a move to the under and a very slight move to the Marlins. Move to the under, slight move to the Marlins. We take a look at the cash flow then. We have 58% of tickets, 76% of cash on the Marlins. Then 79% of tickets, 83% cash on the over, and yet it's dropped a half run to the under. That's absolutely wild. We talked about Cabrera. Let's talk about Montgomery, 3.23 ERA. He's been very good this year, 1.22 WHIP in 103 innings. His last start, 8-7 loss at the White Sox. It wasn't his fault. Through 4 1/3. I mean, he only made it through 4 1/3. That was a problem, I guess. But he'd only allowed the one solo shot, 3 hits, 5 Ks, 1 walk. At home, he's been strong this year. 3.61 ERA, 261 opponents batting average. But the Marlins are hitting lefties. Their batting average against lefties, and they don't have a ton of power, but their batting average 347 since June 1st. I mean, I almost thought I was reading it wrong. I had to double back. 841 OPS. Cards versus righties, 271, 807 OPS. Marlins bullpen, 1.39 runs better over 9 than the Cards bullpen. What an atrocity the Cards bullpen's been. Gifted Cartel on the Marlins first 5. Take it away for us here. Pistol Pete, Marlins Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to get from Cabrera? I'm willing to bet that he's probably okay. Montgomery's been great. First start back after the All-Star break. What are we going to get from him? I'm willing to bet that he's okay. Leaning unders and specifically early unders.
Yeah.
I mean, Cabrera, yeah, he hasn't pitched in a while, but he's pitched some simulated games and stuff, and the reports are that he's good.
Yeah, I get it. Maybe he needed the break. Also, you see all of this money on the over, and it's dropped a half run. I'd be curious to see what the first 5 total has done then. Let's pull it up here. So we know that the full game has gone from 8.5 to 8 with all this money on the over. The first 5, though, has really not moved. Opened up at 4.5. Oh, no, I take that back. It's moved a lot. Excuse me. Plus 103 to the under. So it was heavily juiced to the over. And now we've had this big move to the under. 13 cents of movement to the under. 4.5, sitting at minus 110. Billy Friedrich says Cabrera's home road splits are crazy. 6.50 ERA on the road. By the way, Joe Yurkovich just locked in Braves team total under 6. Says Braves over this line only 4 times last 15 games. I like that look. Billy Friedrich on the Cards first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105 says Cabrera's given up 3 or more runs in his last 6 road starts. Huh. Rocco says Cards also hitting right-handed pitching very well. So you have interest in the first 5 unders. What you're saying, Pete, or am I speaking?
You can put 2 official for me. Are you ready? Pinnacle line, no run in first inning, minus 106. And Will Hill, first 3 under 2.5, minus 120.
First 3 under 2.5 at minus 120, and the Nerfy at minus 106.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I'd like just to see what it is here for me if I wanted the first 3 as well. Yeah, minus 120. Huh. Very, very interesting. I like where you're at here, and I'd like to be involved with it. And I guess the 2.5 is a little more appealing than the 4.5, a little more appealing. Troy Torrance says, I feel like the Cards are about to go on a run. I hope so. But obviously I've given up on that division bet. All right, we move on. 8:05 p.m. Eastern, Tampa Bay Rays at Texas Rangers. We're at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Watching the Rays lose has been wonderful. With all the great capper, it's so much fun, and you'll get a taste of it whoever comes to Pubapalooza. But it's, we're all like very close to the same guy. We're all just sitting around in a circle and we're just picking each other's brains is so enjoyable. And I asked Noli what he thought about the Tampa Bay Rays in the second half of the year. Should I be confident in my Orioles? And he said, yeah, you should. He says the Rays just haven't looked good in the second half of the year. And then yesterday he sent me some added information. So the Rays started off at 29-7. Since then, they're 31-29, the 4th best record in the AL East. Over that same span, the Orioles are 35-22, and I asked what do you think is going to let them down? And Noli's answer was he thought that the hitting from the Tampa Bay Rays was not going to push them over the top. It was just not enough. Their offense. So let's roll. Tampa Bay Rays, Texas Rangers, Global Field in Arlington, Texas. We know that the roof will be closed. Let's take a look at the line history then. Line history-wise for this one, Bradley versus Eovaldi, and Bradley being very suspiciously poor of late. Rangers opened up minus 130. They're now minus 123. Rays have gone from plus 120 to plus 114. 6 cents of movement towards the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's move over to the total here for this one. We have, I got the first 5 up. It's at 5. Let's go to the full game total here. The full game total we have here. By the way, Bet Chris has moved it to 9, but heavily juiced to the under. Pinnacle has been sitting at 8.5. 3 cents of movement to the over. So it's unders at plus 105. Overs minus 118. So a slight move to the over and a slight move to the Tampa Bay Rays. Rod Zawacki says, you know what I like. Rays money line. Rocco Rogers on the Rangers first 5 and RVD 420 on the Rangers first 5 and full game. The Little Achievers Scholarship, says Justin Villegas. Yeah, that'd be a fun thing to do. But we don't want to push our children too much into what we do. It's no way of. We don't need to get in it, but it's probably not what you want our children to follow in our footsteps. It's a wild road that we travel each and every day. So let's take a look at the cash flow here for this one. We have 66% of tickets, 65% of cash on the Rangers. We have a move to the Rays. Total wise, 11% of tickets on the over and 28% of cash. That's very interesting. Huh. There's Nasty Nate ready to talk Red Sox. So is Jose Bouquet. That's coming up here shortly. Taj Bradley coming off a 6-1 loss at home versus the Braves. 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 4 Ks, 2 walks. He's not been good on the road this year. 32 2/3, 4.96 ERA, 275 opponent's batting average. Eovaldi, 10 3, 2.83 ERA. Last seen in the All-Star game. Last start, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 Ks, 4 walks. It was not good. 10-6 loss to the Red Sox. He did not look good. At home, though, he's being trustworthy. He's allowed just 5 home runs over 46 innings, 2.93 ERA, 200 opponents batting average. Rays versus righties, 248, 736. Over that span, the Rangers, much better, 273, 817. The Rays bullpen, though, excellent as always, 2.91 ERA since June 1st, while the Rangers bullpen has struggled, and they picked up Aroldis Chapman. Nukework says, I'll be at Pubblepalooza 3. I love it, Nuke. Says, Jose owes me a PSR ball cap. Take it away for us here, Pistol Pete, Rays, Rangers.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pass on this one. Obviously, Bradley is a wild card. His last 3 starts are very concerning, but his overall peripherals are still okay. He has some luck numbers that indicate that he's gotten unlucky, but that's, season wide. Again, his peripherals look okay. If he's facing anyone against other than like a team like the Rangers, I'd probably, and the line was okay, I'd probably pull the trigger on betting him to have a major change of form here. First start after the All-Star break, but against Texas, probably not going to be able to do it. But probably this is a good spot to buy low on Bradley.
I think so too. Wow, Rocco says since the morning he's seen Texas go from -130 to -140 to -145. That's strange, Rocco, because they're -123 at Pinnacle. Sharpie says, why the fuck is he Eovaldi's outs at 16.5? Enough said. Yeah. And he didn't look very good in the All-Star game either. But I think this is a Rays first 5 bet. But I don't know why we'd only focus on first 5. It would be, I guess, if you were going to back the Rays, Pete, would you prefer first 5 or full game?
I would prefer full game.
North Ender leaning Tampa Bay first 5. It's pick your poison. The Rangers have better offense than the Rays, but the Rays have a better bullpen. So if the advantage, do we really feel like the advantage would be Bradley over Eovaldi?
I mean, it's a judgment call about what is the deal with his last bunch of starts before the first half. I mean, if anyone can fix it, it's the Rays. I'm sure that they didn't just say like, hey, go do nothing for the break. They were like, here's what you've been doing wrong. Your stuff is good. Your pitching, numbers are good. Your BABIP is good. I mean, your BABIP is bad, so it means you're likely to get better. Tampa Bay, I don't think is a bad bet here as a dog.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think about Sharpie's interest in the first 5 over?
First 5 over?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a low number, so I guess it's okay.
Well, it's 5 across the board. Huh. Wow, that's a high number to me. There's Matty Ice in the house. Says, I know you guys probably already covered this, but Bryce Harper RBI and total bases over 1.5. Double taint. We have double taint. Well, this is wild. The spreadsheet play today is on the Texas Rangers. We have sorry, let me undo this.
All right, well, that definitely takes me off of Tampa Bay then.
Huh. Wow. Let me just lock this Bryce Harper double taint. We'll review that as well. So that goes right with Tom Miggins and Justin McElvey, and Rocco Rogers. They are all on Harper props. But we have our guy, Ron Crawford, spreadsheet play today that's been so consistent and so strong all year, very confidently backing the Texas Rangers. So before we do anything else, let's give a shout out to our Ron Crawford. What a guy.
God, it's just hard to imagine that dude was a fucking rocker and still is.
Oh yeah, he rocks. I've seen clips.
Hard.
I've seen clips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, guy. We got to get him. We got to get him to play at Publipalooza, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be great.
They're in Mississippi. We'll see what he needs and get him to rock out for us.
Not like she was a sex machine. He's like, he was. He fucking rocks.
Oh yeah, he kills it. Huh. Jay Peasy in the house says Chapman looked better than I've seen in a while yesterday. Rangers took a big step forward grabbing him. Mike M in the house says when Texas wins first 5, the next game goes over, and if they don't, you either go under or stay away. And it says by numbers, Texas lost first 5 yesterday. See this super low number. Sharpie says my thing with Taj is his numbers versus left-handed stats are coming to what they were in the minors. Overperformed in his first few starts. I guess when it comes down to it, I guess I just don't. I think that the first 5 over has got to be it. And then I don't need to worry because I think that either Taj or Eovaldi is vulnerable. I think just leave it at that. All right, I'm moving on to the first 5 over. I hope Sharpie pulls the trigger on it because he helped push me there. But I'm gonna bet it. All right, let's move on. 8:05 p.m. Eastern, and when I see Patrick Corbin against Tyon and these very high season-long numbers, when I think the pitchers are better than their numbers indicate, I want to bet the under. But I'm also not just going to throw money down the toilet, and I'd rather talk it out with you guys. But I wanted to bet it on the airplane yesterday. I did not. There's Piker in the houses. So we like Bradley to have a good start. We don't believe in the Rays offense. Eovaldi is trustworthy at home. Why aren't we on the under? Because I don't trust either of pitchers. I do not trust Eovaldi to have a good start. Tell me you didn't just say that's backing up Sharpie's call on that. Says Eovaldi's outs were 18.5 at plus money when he pitched against Tampa on June 10th. They're 16.5 here. So Color King says Taj will be erratic in his opinion. All right, let's move on to Nationals Cubbies at Wrigley Field. Let's go right to the weather in Chicago. 71 Fahrenheit, 8.3 miles per hour in between 8.3 and 6.2 miles per hour. Let's move over to Ballpark Pal and see their feelings on Wrigley Field in Chicago. The least offensive situation on the board, according to Ballpark Pal. Minus 11% home runs, minus 5% doubles and triples, minus 9% runs. Corbin and Tyon. Let's go over to the line history. First off, the first 5 opened up at 5, minus 112 to the under. It's now minus 116 to the over, and it jumped up to 5.5 a few times. So I'm very pleased that I did not move on it on the airplane. I mean, that's very concerning. Let's go to the full game here. The full game with Tyon and Corbin opened up at 9, juice to the under, and oh God, it opened up at 8.5. I didn't realize that. It opened up at 8.5. This didn't come out till this morning, 8:26 a.m. Huh. I did not realize it opened 8.5. It moved to 9 within 6 minutes. It went back to 8.5. Wow. I didn't realize it had even gone back to 8.5 because it got up to 9.5 while the show was going on. It's sitting at 9 right now. So it's a move to the over. And let's see what the money line movement has been. So we have a move to the over. And from a money line perspective, we've had Tyon and the Cubs go from minus 168 to minus 158. So a 10-cent move or 8-cent move for the Nats, plus 154 to plus 146. So we have a move to the Nats and a move to the over. Let's take a look at the cash flow then for this spot. We have money line, 36% of the tickets and 55% of the cash on the Cubs. Total wise, 47% of tickets and 90% of cash on the under, but it's gone up. This is tricky. Very, very, very tricky. And Sharpie says Eovaldi's gone over 60.5 outs in 13 of his last 14 games. Says the books don't give out free money. That's wild, Sharpie. That's so wild. Maddie Ice says hard for me to make the shows nowadays, but try to pop in when I can. Miss you all. We love you, Maddie. But that is absolutely wild, Sharpie. That's such important information to know. That's beautiful. So that is the situation that we have. Patty Corbin and Jamison Tyon. We've had to move to the over in the versus the Rangers. Rangers hit lefties hard, but they didn't get to Corbin. 1 earned run over 7 innings. But on the road, he struggled. 5.36 ERA, 281 opponents batting average. He's allowed 11 jacks over 45 in the third. Pete, we've had an excellent ability to fade Corbin after good starts. You did this 2 weeks ago with everybody on the 4th of July, and you gave everybody the live action, you gave everybody the action, and it cashed very easily for you. I wonder if you'll do it again. Tyon, on the other hand, well, not the other hand, exact same shit. 8 innings, 1 hit against the Yankees. Now, that day, the market was telling us that the Cubs were extremely live. It kept a lot of us off the Yankees, but it didn't get me on the Cubs, which it should have. He's been terrible at home. 7.41 ERA, 3.23 opponents batting average, 8 home runs allowed over 37 2/3. The Nats are not hitting righties, 255, 697, and the Cubbies aren't hitting lefties, 238, 704. Nats bullpen an atrocity, 5.80 ERA since June 1st. Well, the Cubs bullpen's been very good, 3.58 ERA. Take it away for us here, Pete. Nats Cubs.
Yeah, I mean, along the Sharpie, the books don't give out free money lines. You can always say a team total over against Corbin is a bad bet because the books don't give out free money, which is true. But as you know, Jim, there's been some, don't overthink it spots fading Corbin. And so I know it's pitching weather, but once again, I'm going to do it. Judge me. Fucking Cubs first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 125. Current line at Heritage. Yeah, it's kind of obvious. Judge me.
Well, a man that demands to be judged is a dangerous man. Dangerous man.
Yeah.
First 5 team total over 2.5. What was the juice?
Minus 125. You know what I mean? So if it's like, what kind of an idiot are you for thinking that it was obvious to bet a team total over against Corbin? I mean, minus 1, 1.25 units of loss. I'll take that risk, Jim. Judge
That's me. Money line here. Huh. Well. Ricky Bobby says first 5 over, been cashing for him in Cubs home game, so that bodes well for you. Huh. Well, you have these trash starters coming off excellent starts. Joe Yurkovich says Corbin just had a baby.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that. That's not good. But, who knows? I still think
I don't know how could it help these pitchers? I don't know how Bassett came off and had a great start. I don't know how. Rod Zwacky says it's definitely worth the risk. Robert Franklin also on the Nats money line. I got to stay away from these.
Yeah, I mean, you think if they just had a baby, they're like, okay, now I'm going to pitch well. You think that if I can do that for 10 starts in a row, I'll make $18 million would be an even better incentive, but they can't do that. I don't know, Jim. You're right. Or with Tyler Wells, the all-star snub. You know what I mean? That factors in for me. I don't know why, but it does seem to matter sometimes.
Drip Skylark says it's dad power. All right, let's move on. I knew I was going to beat this line in Detroit, Kansas City. And I've made a lot of moves on unders with the Royals games, and they've been good to me, good enough. I got the first 5 under 5 at minus 110. And the first 3 under 2.5 was at plus 105. And I didn't double up on it. Matty Ice says that's because Bassett had a good summer ball coach when he was in high school. That man was Matty Ice. Did you know that, Pistol Pillow Check? That Bassett.
I did.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of all the fucking random impressive facts about people in the comment section.
Yeah, no, it's dope, man. All right, Tigers, Royals, Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. I got the first 5 under 5, minus 110. And I like it a lot. Let's take a look and see what the total is doing now. Wow. Oh, no, I guess not. Wow, Bet Chris has moved this to 8. Wow. Oh, I didn't realize that Pinnacle did move it to 8 for a short time, too. But they're back at 8.5. This opened at 9. I could have got the full. I could have done more than the first 5 under 5 at -110, but I did really believe it was the best spot in this game. Not necessarily on the board, but I really liked it, and I thought, why mess with it? Wow, look at it. You see it now, Pete? It's at 4. I beat it by a full run.
Amazing.
A first 5 by a full run. Ooh, cash that right. There's Mama Nut Flush in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
She's the
Shout out Mama Nut Flush.
They just celebrated their 21st anniversary as well together. What a wonderful couple. What a great family. Mama Nut Flush in the house. All right. So let's discuss this here. This total we just discussed. Wow. Beating a first 5 by a full run is a rarity. For the money line, though, a huge move to Tariq Skubal. Huge move. Actually, not as big. No, huge. Opening up -136, now -164. 28-cent move towards the Detroit Tigers. And let's see. And the Nut Flushes are going to be there next year at Pub-Up-Palooza 3 as well, Pete. So we get to hang out with them. Okay, let's take a look at the cash flow then for this Royals-Tigers spot. 13% of the tickets on Kansas City and 40% of the cash, but a huge move to the Tigers. Then 90% of tickets, 89% of cash on the under. Makes me a little nervous. Oh, look at that. Jessica Easton has. We have Mama Nut Flush and Mama Bag.
Hell yeah.
I love it. I love that. That's great. Okay, so Skubal has yet to allow a run through 8 innings since coming off the IL. He's allowed 2 solitary hits, 11 Ks, and 2 walks. Matty Ice says Tigers and under 9.5 at BetMGM plus 170 for him. That last start was 4-3 extra inning loss at home to the Jays. Daniel Lynch on the other side, I think he's been pretty good this year. Only 47 in the third innings pitched, but been pretty good. Has allowed 7 jacks, but 1.23 whip, 4.18 ERA. Coming off a quality start and a 3-0 loss at the Guardians. And he's been very bad at home. And I'm just hoping that the sample size is too small. 22 in the third innings, 6.04 ERA, 258 opponents batting average. The Tigers don't scare me against lefties, 231.705 OPS. The Royals are bad against lefties, 246.42 OPS. The Tigers bullpen is much better than the Royals bullpen, 1.99 runs better over 9 innings. I got the first 5 under 5 -110. Take it away, Pete. Tigers, Royals.
Once again, I'm kind of not overthinking things. Tends to burn me in the second half of the first half of the season, but it tends to serve me a little bit better or a lot better in the second half of the season. So no-brainer play. Tigers first 3, -150. I know that Skubal's not going to throw lights out 4-inning starts every single time, but Casey doesn't really scare me. I know that Lynch is not a gas can. He's okay, but can't not take it. Detroit, first 3, -150, current line at Will Hill.
You got it first.
Judge me. Yeah, it's obvious. Judge me.
No, we're not going to judge you, Pete. I'm not going to judge
feeling
you.
Insecure, Jim. No, I'm not feeling insecure. I just like that judge me joke.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
-150, is it? Okay. Yeah, I guess. A guy who's thrown nothing but lights out, shutout 4-inning appearances since he's come back. Okay, maybe it is. Okay. Judge me.
Okay. Well, I feel great about my action. The only thing is, I guess I should have moved on that first 3 under 2.5 at plus 105. It is now, let's see what it is now. It is now first 3 under 2.5. Now -135. Wow. I would have beaten it by 40 cents. Oof. I should have, whatever. All right. Let's move on. 8:40 p.m.
And also, sorry, I was going to say, I also was going to think about Tigers' first team to score, but that's -190, so I'm not going to do it. I love how I get no credit for big favorite lines that I don't pull the trigger on because Jose doesn't know about it. But yeah, I was thinking about that as well, but at -190, I'm going to pass.
Sharpie says there are a few guys in the Royals lineup who have seen Skubal well in the past, hitting over 350 against them. But he's not judging you. He's just giving us statistical information.
No, Sharpie can Sharpie can do it. Can think of me however he wants. That's an impressive.
Well, he loves
guy.
you. He loves you. He loves you. I know that for a fact.
Hell yeah.
All right, 8:40 p.m. Eastern. Houston Astros 52-42, 27-20 on the road at the Colorado Rockies. 36-58, 22-25 at home at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. Hunter Brown going up against Noah Davis. And is Davis facts? Do we have Davis confirmed? What are the books telling us? I think I've got Noah Davis capped. But is it Noah? There's still unknown pitcher, so it might not be. We have no line on this. We don't need to go too deep into this. Rembo, Jose can put that together. The man works well on the fly. We also need the Crybaby Pussy play of the day, and I'll get that going. We'll get that going. We'll get that going. Hunter Brown, 6-6, 4.12 ERA, 1.33 WHIP, 94 innings, 111 Ks, 9 homers. His last start was ugly. 10-1 loss at home versus the Mariners, 3 innings, 5 earned runs. That was on the Friday before the break. At home, he's not been good. 4.89 ERA. I wonder if he is going to continue to be vulnerable. 276 opponents batting average. Now he's only allowed 2 jacks over the 42 in the third. If it is Noah Davis, he's a middling prospect. 11th overall draft pick out of UC Santa Barbara. He was in Albuquerque this year. He did not look very good. Now it's a very offensive spot, but place to pitch. 5.97 ERA, 1.67 WHIP, just 28 and 2/3 innings, 24 strikeouts, 13 walks. I mean, he's just not a very good pitcher. Was drafted in the 11th round in 2018. And his last appearance was part of that 25-1 game. They're not putting him out because I guess they think he's going to fall apart. Mike M says it's in the works. The Crybaby Pussy play today. I love it. We need graphics for it, Mike. And I'd like to be involved. I'd like to be involved in it because I am, or was called, the Crybaby Pussy from our Rick J, who is no longer watches the show after the. I don't know why people can't disagree with each other. I mean, isn't that part of the fun? I disagree with him. I'm a crybaby pussy, and he never comes back to the show. Wait,
start. Who never came back?
Rick J. Rick J. never came back. Yeah, we disagreed on a game. He called me a crybaby pussy, and he never returned. Cover King's wondering if there are any carpenters here in the chat. He's working as we speak. Man job. That's what he's got. Cover King says a man job. Also, Jesus' work, right? Wasn't Jesus?
Oh yeah, and Harrison Ford.
Jesus and Jesus and Harrison Ford. I mean, that's good company. So Astros hitting 246, 751 OPS. First righties, Rockies 248, 702. Astros bullpen 4.62 ERA. Rockies bullpen 5.44 ERA. That's all since June 1st. The Royals with the worst in the league at 6.02. Take it away for us here, Pete. Astros, Rockies.
Well, there's no line, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, a real pro would say, without a line, I can't even give an opinion. No, but you can, because you know approximately what it's going to say, what the lines will be. Hunter Brown, I mean, huge wild card. He's gotten hit in 3 of his last 4 starts, all right? Getting strikeouts, but what's going to happen with him at Coors, I don't know. Total pass for me.
Let's roll on. Next up for us, 9:38 p.m. Eastern. Oh man, that's Joe Yurkovich is a good one there, and he's right. That's why he called me a crybaby pussy. I mean, I think it's all valid. Look, I can be called a crybaby pussy and continue capping with somebody. He can't, which is fine. Yankees, Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California. Let's start with the weather in Anaheim. We have 76 Fahrenheit, 10.3 miles per hour out to right center, dies down to 9 miles per hour. Let's move over to Ballpark Pal and see what they are talking here. They think that Angel Stadium here. Sorry. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Let me pull this back up. What do they think about Angel Stadium? Here they go. Plus 9% home runs, minus 8% doubles, triples, 0%. Plus 0% here run-wise. So Herman going up against Patrick Sandoval. Let's go over to the...
Yeah, exactly. JP's saying Kool-Aid has no juice. When I first saw that video, I thought he was saying, like, I have flavor, but it's artificial. Like, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Let's make a new one, JPZ. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. There is zero juice in
At first, that's what I thought. He was like, yeah, you do have some flavor, but it's artificial, like this Kool-Aid Joe.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
I thought he was saying all my flavor is fake or something like that.
I think we need
Or
it
my
to be
color.
Tropicana or some shit. That's what we need. We need Tropicana. Don't worry, we got stuff.
We'll do it.
Jose's got a lot of work ahead of him. We got a lot of projects for him. Angels opening up -105. That's exactly where they are right now. -105. Let's see what we're talking with the total here in this one. Sandoval versus Herman. There's been a move on the first 5 under. Let's take a look at the full game here. We have Sandoval's just not been good this year, but this total opened up at 9. It moved to 9.5 at 2:30 in the morning. It moved back to 9 at 8. It's right now we have 10 cents of movement to the under, but this got up to 9.5. North Ender says the Yanks were swinging at everything yesterday. Gift the Cartel says he's all over the Yankees today. All right, let's move over to the cash flow and then hand it over to Pistol Pete Loshak. Cash flow wise, 48% of tickets and 84% of cash is on the Yankees. 48 and 84, but no move towards them. 79% of tickets, 74% of cash on the under, but we saw this go up for a little bit. Strange. Eric Jones on the under 9 says Angels are 5-10 to the under, and the Yankees are 2-11 to the under in this spot. Also, Herman coming off another strong start. 7-4 loss at home versus Cubs, but it wasn't on him. He allowed 2 runs, just 1 was earned. 9 Ks, 3 walks, 4.32 ERA, 1.07 WHIP. On the road, he's got a 4.09 ERA, 215 opponents batting average, and of course, he was perfecto at Oakland Coliseum. Sandoval, 4.41 ERA, 1.47 WHIP. Coming off a start where he allowed 2 runs, just 1 was earned. 5-3 loss to the Padres. He's got a 5.40 ERA at home, 303 opponents batting average. What the hell's wrong with Sandoval this year? I like it. I'm on the Angels season win total under year after year after. I guess I probably can't do it next year because they won't have Shohei. Yankees versus righties, 208, 635 OPS. That's the worst in Major League Baseball since June 1st. Angels, 264, 831. Yankees bullpen, 3.94 ERA. And Angels, ugly, 5.31. Take it away, Pistol Pete. Yankees, Angels.
I'm going to have to pass on this one. Sandoval, worse at home for some reason, but coming off extended rest, expect the unexpected. I don't necessarily trust the Yankees. Herman, last start was great again. Going to have to be a pass for me, Jim.
Oh, Joe Yurkovich is right. It's got to be a Juicy Fruit commercial.
Yeah, I was going to say there's some good
gotta be. That's the one, with, oh, yeah, Pete like walking along the ocean. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it. That's perfect. All right. Eric Jones says Noli knows voice under. All right. So we'll move on. I've got no action here in this Yankees-Angels spot. I'm going to move on. Let's move on to 9:40 p.m. Eastern. And finally, we have spoken about him. We have spoken of him. Finally, we get to lay eyes on this man. Known for his affinity of players from Venezuela, also known for his love of the Boston Red Sox. We are now talking about the Boston Red Sox here. Red Sox, Oakland A's. Please welcome to the show a man known for fluid all over his titalias, Jose Bouquet. Jose, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's nice to talk to you both. Father, I haven't talked to you since you came back. It's nice to see you. Pete, it's nice to see you as well. I would argue, though, that Kool-Aid is juice.
Yeah,
I would
doesn't surprise me, quite frankly.
Argument. But
I'm not shocked that you would do that.
I'm interested, though, Pete, to hear what your judge me pick of the day is, because Rem is right. I do move quickly. I'd like to see that on a shirt, personally. Just judge me.
Yeah, no, it's a good shirt.
Unfortunately, there's like a few ones that would qualify. I guess Baltimore first 5, yeah, but the obvious one is Cubs first 5 team total over 2.5 -1.
That's the judge me pick of the day for sure.
Super obvious.
The shirt should be pink too.
Of course, yeah.
Pink shirt, yeah.
Judge me. I'm wearing a pink shirt. Judge me.
Yeah, no, this is gold. This has to be ready for Pubapalooza. Ready for Pubapalooza 3. All right, we have Chris Murphy starting your bullpen day. Is that confirmed?
I would assume it'll be Chris Murphy as the primary. He probably won't start, but he will be the guy getting the bulk of the innings.
And, you go 2 or 3 in most of his starts. His last appearance was July 9th in a 4-3 win at home versus the A's. Luis Medina just faced these Boston Red Sox, and he looked good. I mean, it was a 7-3 loss, but that's about as good as he'll look. 4 and runs over 6 innings, struck out 9, walked 1. He's been better at home than he's been on the road. 5.33 ERA, 265 opponents batting average. Red Sox hitting 267 with a 770 OPS versus righties. The A's just 188, 577 versus lefties, but how long will there be a lefty in there is questionable. Red Sox bullpen. Red Sox is playing good baseball right now.
Yep, best record over the American League last 12 games.
It might hurt me. It might cause me not to profit on my full season win totals. It looks like I'm either gonna go 4-4, 5-3, and it will be because I didn't add on the Red Sox. If I go 4-4, that I won't turn the profit. And I wanted them. All right, let's take a look at the line history here and the weather. First off, we will start with the weather here. 64 Fahrenheit, 9.5 miles per hour out to right field. Then we'll take a look at Ballpark Pals expectations of Oakland Coliseum, minus 13% home runs, minus 6% runs. Then we'll go over to the line history here. We'll start with the money line. Pinnacle opened this up with the Red Sox minus 200. They're now minus 204. Now, this line only opened up at Pinnacle 11:30 a.m., so it's only been available for an hour, 28 minutes. But we have 4 cents of movement towards the Red Sox. And then from a total standpoint, where the hell is it? Here, sorry. From a total standpoint, we have a lower than one might have guessed. Bet Chris has this at 9. Pinnacle has this at 8.5. This opened up at 8.5 minus 117. There's actually been a 3-cent move to the under, but Bet Chris is a sharp book, and they have it at 9. So that is the situation. I think it's probably pointless to look at the cash. No, maybe. Oh, yeah, 1,146 tickets in. 92% of tickets on the Red Sox. 33% of tickets, 43% of cash on the under. Not a lot going on there. And, of course, we have Medina, who just faced this Red Sox squad. Jose Bouquet, your boys are in action. Take it away.
Yeah, I will take semi-credit and blame for 2 of your futures, the Cardinals and the Orioles. So, I give and take on those aspects of your life, but we ride on. This is the roller coaster we do. Sometimes you have to trust your son, and that trust can go awry, but it's a good time. Shout to the Orioles there. It's tough to back the Red Sox here in minus 200, et cetera, et cetera. Luis Medina came out of the bullpen for his good relief appearance, if we're calling it. It was like a follower role, and if he starts here, I think he gets crushed. It's kind of like the same thing for Nick Penvetta, as we've all called him now. He sucks as a starter, but once he gets those first 2 innings done for him, he comes in and becomes Jacob deGrom. So I absolutely the Red Sox win this game. I think they sweep the A's pretty handily here and continue our climb into the playoff push. But you can't really back the Red Sox at a minus 200 price. So I ultimately had to pass on this game. Totals wise, I've been having difficulties with the Red Sox, just offense, because I don't never know what to expect from them. It's very confusing for me. Alex Cora, his lineup sometimes are questionable, but they always end up working out. So I passed on this game, unfortunately. I do have action on the next game, so I can help you guys, or I can give you guys my play there. But no action here. The Red Sox are hopefully going to make the playoffs for my bet's sake, and going to cash that win total over, though. So shout to them.
Yeah, they're playing good baseball. So, yeah, stick around for Twins Mariners as well. Pete, does anything interest you here in Red Sox A's?
Nah, not really. I didn't even see a line before the show started, and now that I'm seeing the minus 200 line, pass.
Your haircut not getting rave reviews from the girlfriends in the chat.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Don't worry, guys. I fucking hate it. By the way, ribeye play of the day. Shout to Mike M. Masataka Yoshida, the future AL Rookie of the Year at plus 190. Shout out to you there. And by the way, Nutflush dropped this in the chat, by the way.
Yes, I saw that. Go ahead.
Oh, I missed that.
This number on the team total is at 5.5 for the Giants. High offense is not firing at all cylinders. I'm close to moving on the Reds team total over 4.5, but we'll polish up the details and we'll tweet it out. So shout out to you as well there, my guy, not flush out. And by the way, Rem Most with maybe the nicest thing he's ever said to me as well. Said, for the first time ever, Jessica Eason must be a proud grandson, proud of her grandson today. Good work. Thank you, Rem. Thank you.
Oh man, ribeye play today. We need. I know it's baseball season, so it's tough, but we need to make a list of all the work that needs to be done in the off season because we need the ribeye play today as well. That would be a fun one to create. And also, I've got the video set up for Crybaby Pussy. I got it locked. I've been
of course of course you have that just tucked away, whatever. I get it. I have screenshots of Rangers tweets. I understand.
Wow, my mom is proud of you. Look at that. Such a grandson.
Nicest thing my parents have ever said to me was that, and shout to mama back. I can't wait to learn from life lessons from her.
Yeah, no, she's great. All right, so Yoshida RBI Ribba play of the day is the only action that we have here in Boston, Oakland. Nothing for us. So let's get into the final game on the board here with Bailey Ober versus Brian Wu. Then we'll do a review of all action. 9:40 p.m. Eastern. By the way, the ribeye play today finished the first half 12-11 plus 9.05 units. Plus 9.0.
What a sicko that Mike M is.
5 units. I don't think I'm going to make the Crybaby Pussy play of the day official yet, but I think I know which one it would be, and maybe it's time to make it official. But so we'll discuss all of that here before the end.
How many times did you think about the word Crybaby Pussy on your vacation?
25, 30 times.
Okay, fair enough. I was just wondering.
Twins Mariners 47-46, 26-22 at home. We're at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. Piker also liking the haircut as well. Getting a lot of love.
Is Kim Jong going to be a future guest on the program? Who knows?
Oh yeah, who knows?
Yeah, remember when COVID was on the program? Remember that? That feels like ages ago now.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay. Let's roll. Piker thinking about it, man. It'd be nice to get Kim Jong involved. All right. Oh, look, and you got a new nickname too, Dick Tater.
Good. Good. Great. Dick Tater. Just call me Tater, please.
Bailey Ober going up against Brian Wu. Let's see what the weather is like in the Pacific Northwest. I want to be there next August. My cousin's getting married. I'd like to be there badly.
Can I be your +1?
No, you can't. Actually, you could meet us up there, but you'd kind of have to come on. You have to be your own date. Yeah, I couldn't take any recognition. I couldn't. Okay, sorry. Let's go into the line history here. Where is the swish? I'd like to not talk swish. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Final game on the board in Seattle. 69 Fahrenheit, 9 miles per hour right to left, down to 7.8 miles per hour. Take a look at the expectation. -5% home runs, -5% doubles, triples, -3% runs here. Dick Taster, says Raymond Reichart. So we got a lot of different nicknames coming in here.
Good one. There's it's funny, Jim. I've had this haircut for a couple of days. Nobody says this on my show. Nobody says any of this on my show. God, unbelievable, you guys.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the line history here. These Mariners opening up at -112, now -125. They got up to -135. So we've had 10 cents of buyback, but still a 13-cent move to the Seattle Mariners and Brian Wu. This full game under opened up at -105, is now -112. That's interesting because even yesterday on the airplane, like way before, this was available to me at -125 at Bet365. That's and now it's -115. So It depends the way, and we always deal with this. Depends on what books you're looking at, but there still is a 7-cent move to the under and a move to the Mariners. Let's take a look at the cash flow here. For the cash flow, we have 50-50. 53% of the tickets, 50% of the cash on the Twinkies, but a move to the Mariners. You have 89% of tickets, but just 71% of cash on the under. I did not want this at minus 125 under any circumstances. I did not want it at minus 125. But look at this. Mike, and I looked at that first 5 under 4 as well. Mike M, pimp slap play of the day. Minnesota, first 5 under 4. Wow. So let's get this here. Okay, so Bailey Ober has been so good this year. 5-4, 2.61 ERA, 0.97 WHIP. Coming off a very impressive performance at home versus the Orioles. 6 innings, just 1 earned run allowed. On the road, he's been lights out. 2.01 ERA over 31 in the third. Allowed 1 solitary home run. You got the great K to walk ratio of 35-5 with a 173 opponent's batting average. Then you have Brian Wu, on the other hand. The strikeout machine has been curtailing that a little bit. Last start, 6 innings, just 4 strikeouts, but he has 43 strikeouts in 34 2/3, and he was excellent last start. 2 runs, just 1 was earned. Now, of the 34 2/3, just 10 2/3 have come at home. So he's at home for this, and he's been good. 16 Ks, 1 walk. Twins versus righties, 244, 738 OPS. Mariners versus righties, 221, 706 OPS. Twins bullpen, 3.75 ERA since June 1st. Mariners, 4.44. This is interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Take it away. Jose, you told us you have action on this one. What is said action?
Yeah, I'm on Twins first 5 here. I believe in Bailey Ober, and I just think the Mariners are kind of a fade for the second half of the season. I don't want to back them ever as a favorite, honestly. I think they're just an average ball club. I like Bailey Ober a lot. Twins against righties in the last couple of weeks has been pretty impressive. Full month for July. There's 6 123 weighted runs created plus. And I've been kind of struggling since the All-Star break because I don't have like a last 2 week sample size to see. I've been using first halves. I plugged it in just to see what the last 4 days against righties, the Twins are. 89 plate appearances, 164 weighted runs created plus. That's 3rd best in the league right now. So it seems like they're hitting righties pretty well, and I'll take that chance with Brian Wu. As I'm not going to do his name because we're not backing him here. But I believe in the Twins here. Twins first 5 money line for me. I got it at plus 108, and I already tweeted it out.
Wow, interesting. Bet365 still hanging the 4.5, but all the other books have moved it to 4 on that first 5. Wow. What was the number that you got on the Twinkies first 5?
Plus 108.
Plus 108 on over. Ooh, fascinated to hear Pistol's thought process behind this one. Take it away, Twins Mariners.
Yeah, I mean, once again, a don't overthink it situation, and great to see that Mike M endorses it. I was thinking, why are we not like unders early here? No run in the first 3 under, first 5 under. Why are we not like that? I know Minnesota's been hitting a little bit recently, but why would we not like that?
Yeah, the 4.5 available to me too at minus 125. Billy Friedrichs on the Mariners' first 5 money line says Twins are a fade team for me. And they are, but Rem Most is right about the weakness of the Twins' schedule, and you can see that in the futures. I'm really nervous about this Guardians to win the division. I'm very nervous about it, and right now, the Twinkies, where is it here, are minus 175, and that's due to the weakness of their remaining schedule. There's our guy, Robert Cherry, in the house. Yeah, I like the first 5 under 4.5. I don't know what made me nervous about it, really. I don't know why I didn't move on it last night.
Okay, you can add Minnesota, Seattle, no run in first, minus 125. Current line at Will Hill. It's minus 128 at Pinnacle, which is nice to see, I guess. No run in first, Will Hill, minus 125.
Jose, what kept you off a first 5 under here?
I just have a vividness bias of seeing 7.5, so wanting to bet that first 5 under 4 and it going over. I forgot which one I bet recently that happened. But that's particularly the only reason. I think Wu I mean, obviously he's been pretty good so far this season. Holding down the Giants and the Astros in his last 2 starts were pretty impressive. So if he can just do that again to the Twins, obviously we can get an under here because I think Bailey Ober holds down an average offense. But I just think the Twins offense could get going here is the issue against Brian. Woo.
I think this offense is atrocious. With Sonny Gray pitching bad as well, I just think I'm in business. But the Guardians are not a good baseball team.
No, they are not. They're very frustrating. I'm on the Twins train. I've thought the Twins are going to win this division the whole time. So
yeah, no, I know you have. But you were pretty confident in my Guardians look.
No, I mean I like it. It's going to be them too. It's obviously the Guardians are always that team that the middle of the season they get maligned. They don't have the offense. None of the names are very sexy. Obviously, you've lost your best pitcher in Shane Bieber now for an extended period of time. Who knows? But the Guardians will always be there just because Terry Francona is the best manager in baseball, and it's really not that close.
Huh. And what's keeping you off the first 5 under, Pete, or first 3 under?
I just don't really want to. I mean, if first start back from the All-Star break, if one of these guys gets hit, I don't want to have 2 or 3 units on it. I'll just take the first inning.
Oh no. Our guy Brad Helen-Keller apparently, according to Big O, has the yips. Oh no! We need to see him back on the mound. I mean, look at him or her. I don't want to assume.
They,
yeah. I'm pretty sure I have the yips. I can't feel a baseball when I throw it in my hands anymore. I genuinely cannot feel a baseball in my hands anymore when I throw. It's shocking. Oh, and by the way, speaking of throwing baseballs, I forgot to mention this. A quick plug for our friends Dabby Cab and Picks from Dave. The Unmuted Mic live, well, I should say premiering on this Thursday, July 20th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, whatever that is, Pacific time.
Oh, wow.
The lovely Miss Natasha Tush, OnlyFans star, joining Cab and Dave this week. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, shit.
I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. Pete's interest just got
I just caught that because I was looking at like the Mets line. I was like, maybe I'll add the Mets. Then I turn back and I see, oh shit.
Well, Pete, you just have to have a Google account for an OnlyFans. I'm sure she will get your donation, and I'm sure she has great content.
Okay, we'll talk about this after the show offline. Yeah, for sure. You'll help me out with this, Jose.
Yeah, of course. I got you.
Well, that is our show for today. Let's review all action because I believe Pete might be adding something.
Yeah.
Also,
you can add on, again, just kind of no-brainer stuff. You can add on Heritage, Mets money line minus 118. Mets money line minus 118 makes me nervous, but Mets money line minus 118. And also, no-brainer. It's not going to overthink it. Orioles first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 116. Current line at Pinnacle. Orioles first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 116.
What was the Mets juice?
Minus 118.
Minus 118 on the Mets and the Orioles. So you have the Orioles first 5 minus 122. You have them full game minus 115, and you have the first 5 team total over 2.5.
Not going to overthink it. Yeah.
At what number?
Minus 116.
Minus 116. Okay, and very, very important here is Chase White. We have Chase White turning 40 on Thursday. We also have our man Arthur Meade Jr. turning 50 tomorrow. 2 great friends of the show. Now, Arthur wants nothing from you other than your insights. Doesn't want to pick, just your insights, and you've delivered them with the plum. But Chase White does want a birthday pick from you, Pistol Pete Loshak, and it's this is of grave importance.
Yeah, I won't give him one of the crazy peripherals like Arizona, Atlanta, both to score 3 or something. Just a standard pick that you can bet no matter what book. I mean, Baltimore first 5 is just such an obvious play. It's just such an obvious play. As San Diego first 5, I mean, it just seems like an obvious play. All right, I'll give him for his birthday pick. Happy birthday to Chase White. Happy birthday to Chase White. Birthday pick will be. Just give me a second here, Jimmy the Bag. Just give me a second here. All right. You know what?
Yeah,
no.
look.
Okay. What? Hey, what?
Joe says Arthur actually gave money for his birthday. That's the kind of guy.
Yeah, he is. 2 $5 donos. We appreciate
That's
our
the kind of guy. That's the kind of guy he is. That's the kind of guy he is. All right, I'll give. Holy shit! All right, I'll stop. This is like the worst part of the show. All right, I'll give. Nah, you know what? Padres first 5 minus 135. That's the birthday pick for you, Chase White. Musgrove should be good. Manoah should give up at least enough. San Diego first 5 minus 135.
And if you don't like it, judge me.
That Judge Me shirt's gonna be fire. That Judge Me shirt's gonna be the hottest ticket in Publipalooza 3.
Judge me.
Pink with the candles coming out of his head. It's just I don't know why the candles work, but it still does.
This looks great. It looks great.
Really good.
Looks great.
Looks really good. Yeah, no, I respect it. Minus 130 currently at Bookmaker.
Great.
All right, let's review all action. Jose, stick with us here as we put a bow on this. Loshak is on the Brewers at plus 177. And Justin McElvey is on the Stacks Play Today, Harper over 1.5 bases. Tom Miggins on Harper did a double, and Harper over 1.5 bases and a home run. Rocco Rogers on Harper over 1.5 bases and home run. And Matty Ice says take the Bryce Harper over 1.5 bases. He says, and the RBI. He says, double taint is what our friend Matty Ice has said. And he's back on Twitter. I'm going to get his Twitter handle out there for everybody because he's back on Twitter. And I started following him. I'm going to get it out there. I'm going to try to find it here as we do the review. But while I'm doing that, a big shout out to our friend Matty Ice. What a guy. Let me see if I can get it. I think I've got it here. There it is. Matty Iceman 6 is the new profile. Came back on July 1st. And people don't know. They don't know he's back in action. He lost the old Twitter handle. So here I'm going to pop in the chat. Please follow our guy, Matty Ice. BJ's best bet. Baltimore Orioles money line, 2 units. Let's have another winning day. And DC Capper on the White Sox plus 170. Okay, so that's the Brewers-Phillies game. Of course, Dennis Garcia wanting us to discuss the Women's World Cup, which we will have to do that. So, Pete, on our next show next Tuesday, we want Women's World Cup action.
Absolutely.
Loshak's on the Orioles first 5, full game, first 5 team total over 2.5. I moved on the Orioles first 3 and first 5 yesterday before yesterday's game started, and I didn't really beat the line movement too much. The under 9.5 and under 5.5 both interest me. I don't want to double up on it. So I think it will be a 9.5 at this point. Piker wants to know what the Supreme Leader is on. We have heard what the Supreme Leader is on in other spots. So don't worry.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. What can you say? That's good.
There's Debbie Cab in the house. Guardians. So Loshak moved on the Guardians first 3 under 2.5 and the first 5 under 5. And TJ gave us the gift in its Cleveland money line. I'm going to move on the first 3 under 2.5 and the gift. I'm going to add both of those bets here after the show. I wanted Padres first 3 and first 5, but I feel like I've just kind of missed it. But now it's the birthday pick. So you got that at minus 135. It's now minus 130. I get it. Loshak's also on the Mets minus 118. Loshak's on the Yurfie in San Francisco, Cincinnati in the first 5 over 5 at minus 173. So the cost, you had to pay the cost. Professor Chris is on Giants money line here. And that was to help Arthur Mead. Arthur Mead very interested in that game there. Loshak's on both teams in Arizona, Atlanta to score 3 or more at minus 190. He's on the Nerfy in Miami since St. Louis at minus 106 in the first 3 under 2.5. I'm going to roll with that first 3 under 2.5. Then I'm going to move on the first 5 over in Tampa, Texas. Ron Crawford, spreadsheet play today is the Texas Rangers, and that got me off of the Tampa Bay Rays. Then Loshak is on the Cubs first 5 team total over 2.5 at minus 125. I have to stay off that spot. And I'm on the under 5 at -110 in Detroit, Kansas City. That's at 4 now. That's the first 5 that I beat by a full run. And I got it with regular juice, -110. The first 3 under 2.5 was available for me at +105 when I made that bet. It's now -135, but I didn't bet that one. Loshak's on the Tigers, first 3 at -150. Then Astros, Rockies, no line yet. Yankees, Angels, we stayed off. Ribeye play today is Masataka Yoshida, +190. And then Jose, our supreme leader, gave us the Twins first 5 +108. Loshak gave us the Nerfy. I'm going to move on the first 5 under 4.5 in that one. DC Capper on that under 8.5 in the Cleveland game. And there you guys go. Jose, it's great to be back in action with you. It is Tuesday, which means Bobano will be your guest for Say Hey Plays.
Yeah. Bobana joins me today on Say Hey Plays. Will be a lot of fun. The climb back, me and you are both in similar positions, so it'll be fun to watch us get back to the black here, father son, doing it together. But I'll give everyone a little taste of the Women's World Cup.
That's just the worst sound I can think of. I can't even imagine the worst sound in my entire life.
It's not the words "crybaby pussy."
No, I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
You do like it.
Yeah.
You do kind of like it. My pick for the World Cup, my little bet, the Netherlands to win the World Cup at +3,300 there. Obviously, it's a long shot, so bet it appropriately. But they were semifinalists, I think, the last Women's World Cup. Daniela van de Donk is very good, and Jill Rood is also very good as well. So the Netherlands is going to be the team that I throw my support on for the Women's World Cup.
The Netherlands for Jose. And Cody Norton saying, can we get any WNBA action? It was my fault with the traveling and stuff that I didn't have something set up. But next Tuesday, Loshak in the Bag, we'll have more WNBA. We'll have a capper come on.
I mean, I'll tell you, I kind of like both dogs. I'm on the +6 Lynx and the +7.5 Mercury.
Well, there we go. Delivering here.
Both dogs.
Jose, great to be back in action. Thank you for all your hard work. Those of you in the chat, thank you so much. Justin Villegas, Piker, Arnelio, DC Capra, AOD, Equinimus, Cody Norton, BJ, Dabra Cadabra, Jay Peasy, DC, Sean Pulliam, Wine Time, John Garcia, Billy Friedrich, Tori Coker, Robert Franklin, Joe Yurkovich, Rem Most. What a great group. Thank you guys so much. Johnny K, Cuban Wayne Gretzky, Big O, Fat Cat Ninja. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Great to be back in action with you. UPK Ayashi Allah, Robert Cherry. All you guys. Thank you. And high season is just around the corner. I mean, what are we, 6 weeks away from week 0 in college football? So things are going to get hectic, and we have new shows that we are going to be dropping for everybody. Really big, exciting new shows starring new cappers that we're really excited about working with and having on camera. So we're going to be making those announcements the next little while. And also our poker tournament we're going to be announcing here in the next little while. So we got a lot of announcements coming up. That is our show for today. Catch The Walking Dead at 3:10, as well as Say Hey Plays at 5 p.m. And also all our UFC coverage is up and Adam and out. It's on our homepage. Also, PGA Championship broken down by Mr. Gokster and Connor Mack. All of this is out. Daily Sesh came out yesterday, so we have all of that on our homepage. Pistol Pete Loshak, can you please give us our final words of the day?
Sure.
Us into the future.
Yeah, I look like De Niro at the end of Casino sitting in a tacky diner in Havana, Cuba. Judge me.